Hello and welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we're planning to play some more Rush KoG with the Cyburst. We have basically not really touched Cyburst all that much, and they do have a brand new skill which is looking very, very cool. So basically we're going to be playing with Maximum Ragnarok, which is a neat skill. I would really like the skill to not have the restriction of having to have 8 maximum monsters in the deck, because I think you could just make a really good Cyburst beatdown deck with this skill. But restricted to maximums means we're basically stuck with it. But again, maximum is still cool. We still want to summon it. And there is Draxon on the 40 stream streak. Is that every stream we've done? Have we done a total of 40 streams? I think Draxon's been here since the very start. Hello, Waltz. Welcome on in. Oh, Draxon is just... He is the Tomato Sauce viewer numero uno. He is, without a doubt, our best viewer. Now, I think everyone else has some stepping up to do to get to Draxon's level. But we also did participate in quite a small, but it was a tournament yesterday. And we played in Hylister's tournament. Everyone should go and check out Hylister. Obviously over on YouTube and on Twitch. And we ended up placing second place in that tournament using a really bad dinosaur deck. I guess we'll open that dinosaur deck and just show it off really quick. I got 5 in a row. Nice, Waltz. Nice. That's what we're always aiming for. But yeah, we were playing a little bit of dinosaur. We brought this deck to a tournament yesterday. We took second place. We did get a little bit lucky to make it, I think, to the finals. But we also got a little bit unlucky to get defeated in the finals. So it's a weird kind of thing. But yeah, we basically wanted to play Super King Rex. We've always been a massive dinosaur fan, and Super King Rex is available. So we were like, we're going to bring this. Obviously, this is not... This is aggro, right? This is aggro with this Super King Rex instead of, you know, either the Thunder package, because Thunder aggro is now a thing, or, you know, the Ancient Arises, which would make it the Dragon aggro. Super King Rex is nice because you can bring back Urbi from the graveyard. It's okay, right? If you think about it, it's kind of 100 attack more than the Stormbolt Destroyer, but you can only use this effect on the turn it's summoned, so it's less versatile. But I mean, it's dinosaurs. Who doesn't love dinosaurs? And then the rest of the deck's pretty simple. We want King's Majesty because this card is completely insane right now. So we've got this little package. Whatever we can include this, it probably should be. The Light Angel turned out to be pretty decent, huh? I've seen it in a couple of decks. Yeah, Essel is a weird one, because milling your deck generally is quite a good thing, right? A lot of cards want other cards in the graveyard to function. For example, Seahorse Carrier, right? We want to get our Canans in the graveyard. In order for our King's Majesty to work, we need to get our Babysitter Goats in the graveyard. On top of the fact, we have Talismanic Seal Array that wants cards in the graveyard. So even if you see this card when you can't get its full effect off, just milling 2 can be quite good in this meta. But if you do get to plus off it, it's great, right? If you get to summon out an extra body, doesn't matter what it is, and then tribute out like an extra big guy, or get out a big guy and some other monsters and some back row, that's just generally really good. Plussing is just a good thing in general, right? Let alone if we're able to cheat out one of the boss monsters themselves. We had a game in the tournament where we were able to use Essel's effect on our turn 1, which was turn 2 of the game, then bring back Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius for free, which is insane, right? So it is a little bit high roll, but even if you're not high rolling with it, most decks do want to get cards in the graveyard anyway, so it does work generally, and it's pretty cool. But the deck we're planning to play today is Maximum Ragnarok. Now, I still kind of have high hopes for this. The main issue that Cyburst has, and I think is always going to have, or at least until we get like new support, is we lack good ways to get to our opponent's life points. We don't have any piercing, and we don't have any way to change battle positions outside of the maximum. Which part is it? It's the R piece, which lets us change defense position monster in your opponent's field to face up attack positions. So because of that, it can be a little bit of struggle streak. We don't necessarily need piercing or multi-attack or changing battle positions to win games, but it does make it a lot easier. And then the boss monster that I think is the absolute craziest is Atrashoot Hydron. This card again is a little bit awkward, because if you play it without... You need a critical mass of maximums to get maximum value out of this card, right? Not maximums, of Cyburst. So because of that, it's a little bit awkward to try and put this with other things, because I was trying to come up with a deck list that would basically be like Attribute Hydron plus Dragius and kind of do Cyburst aggro. But you need so many Cyburst monsters in your graveyard to get the full value from Hydron that it's not really worth it, right? Just to turn it into an Ancient Arise Dragon, we need 5. And in order to get the absolute most out of this card, which is plussing, we need 8. And 8 is just so many, right? It takes so long to get 8 Cybursts into the graveyard unless we're like turboing through them with like the other skill being, what's it called? Curiosity? Maximum Curiosity, whatever it's called. Already forgotten. Beyond Curiosity, which just dumps 3 immediately into the graveyard and then puts a lot more cyclers into the deck, which does let you fill up the graveyard quicker. But that has the caveat of then we can't use the Maximum Ragnarok skill, which can weaken our opponent's monsters, as well as get our attribute monsters easier. So it's all trade-offs, right? It's all trade-offs. Yeah, seems like you'll struggle with set 3 pass. Exactly. So the plan to deal with that is just maximum summon. But it's not a reliable plan, because again, we don't want to summon out a maximum unless we're going to be ending the game. So we're just going to have to kind of see how it goes. This is kind of the list. Oh, there we go. Immediately, Konami doing its thing. This is kind of the list that we've been seeing performing quite well. So we're going to just test this out for a bit. We'll be swapping cards in and out as we go, most likely. But the Cybursts as well don't seem to like to play with other like cards very nicely, right? The 2 good Cyburst skills basically lock you into playing just Cybursts, which is fine, right? That's not the worst thing in the world, but it does mean you can't play any of the really cool new tech cards like Essel, stuff like that. Do you think Magnum Overlord turned out to be more playable than you initially thought? Yes. So, curiously, Magnum Overlord hasn't actually done very much, right? But I think we're just going to set these. They are 14s, and we could get away with cheekily summoning them. I think we're just going to set them. But in Japan, in their like point room system, it has been doing okay. Now, I don't want to say it's been doing like crazy good, because it hasn't. It's just been doing okay. But actually, this song is just... I need to take this off and play this. It's just too long. But the problem... I guess it's not a problem. The... Outside of Japan, so over in kind of the West, we've only really seen one player do any good on the deck, like performance-wise in like a tournament setting. How do we want to play this? This feels kind of janky, but I don't really want to just sit here with a bunch of cards in my hand, do I? Yeah, I think I'd rather empty the hand. So we're going to summon. We're going to summon. We're going to flip this up. We're going to activate the skill. We'll put this back on top. And we're going to weaken this. Oh, I was meant to click 2. Whoops. That's going to take some getting used to. I'm used to it. Effects like that being like, okay, choose one and then choose the next one. But that's not how that works. We don't need to start stuffing back in the deck already. I think we're fine to just go to battle. Because also it would shuffle our deck. So we'll just swing with these. But yeah, so I am hesitant to say it's top tier, right? I don't. With my current... With my own experience playing the deck, my own experience playing against the deck, and seeing tournament results and point room results, I would say Magnum Overlord is better than I thought it was going to be, but not a tier 1 deck. That's kind of where I'm sitting right now. My personal experience leads me to think it's probably like bottom of tier 2. If I'm going by like Japanese point rooms, I'm saying it's probably closer to top of tier 2. That's kind of where I'm fitting right now. Hey, Dwan. Yggdrago. Yeah, we're going to try and summon Yggdrago. We'll see how that actually goes. We're against Thunder Beatdown, I think this is. Thunder Aggro. Mind you, if it was Thunder Aggro, they wouldn't be playing Ancient Arise, so... Well, this hand is awful, isn't it? We can use that, discard, take back another card, use the card to weaken... Use the skill. I feel like no matter what, there's like no good outcome. We need one more card in hand to get out 2 tribute monsters. So, I think we have to drop Reincarnation, right? It's so greedy not to. And then back to hand, doesn't really matter. Whatever we take is going to just sit in defense mode anyway. Then, guess we'll normal this. Activate our skill. We'll pop this back on top again. We're going to weaken this, and so this can crash. This can attack over us, so we probably need to get rid of this. But it's tricky, because if he's got any buffs or anything, we lose to that anyway. What do we have here? We have particle acceleration, which is completely useless. Alright, I think we have to go for this. Normal summon. By tributing. Activate the effect. We get a draw. So that's gone to graveyard. Ooh, that is the absolute worst draw in the deck. That is very, very sad. Okay, we have an okay chance to live the turn. It depends what he draws. Seems like all the decks from the new box are pretty good. I think Magnum Overlord is just better Yggdrago because they can summon tribute monsters with 2 cards where Yggdrago needs 3 cards. Thank you for the follow, Unio. Magnum Overlord is better Yggdrago because they can summon tribute monsters with 2 cards. Trying to like break that down. So what we're saying is the monster itself and the discard, right? As in the Magnum Overlord. So by using up 2 cards from our hand, we have produced a boss monster. Whereas when we're looking at Cyburst, we lose a card from our hand, we lose the monster on the field, and we use the card. So the only time that doesn't like add up is when we do it twice, right? If we go activate, summon, activate our skill, sack 2 monsters to get out 2 big boys, which is quite a common play with the deck, it ends up being more value, right? Because, I don't know, does it? Does it really? At that point, you've used 5 cards to get out double monsters, 2 high levels. But that's something that, if the Magnum Overlord deck wanted to summon out 2 big monsters, they have to discard, cheat one out, then summon, and summon out the other one. So I guess it works out being the same. I suppose when you think about it like that, it is a bit funky, right? I suppose on the flip side, the skill is a little bit more versatile because you can use it to weaken 2 of your opponent's monsters, which can come up and can just end the game. So, like, there is that. Yggdrago is more annoying to get rid of, but the same cards that get rid of Magnum Overlord also kind of get rid of Yggdrago as well. So, I think it's a toss-up there as well as to which one's actually better than the other. Then Yggdrago has a better way to get your opponent's life points, whereas Magnum Overlord needs your opponent to leave something in attack, or, you know, have like piercing or something, or use like Torna or stop defense. I think if we didn't get TSA and Tribute to the Doomed, I genuinely think Yggdrago would be like tier 1. But, like, I suppose you'd have to also get rid of the Royal Rebel ability to kill it. But they just put so many outs to this boy that he's feeling like very lackluster, which is very disappointing. Alright, we got Sigistate Soul. Let's see what we draw here. Okay, well we have... we can weaken that and attack over it. We can summon that. We're putting a card back to the top of our deck either way. So summon this. We will go ahead and activate our skill. We'll pop this on top. And then we're going to target this and this. Then we'll tribute. Summon out the mid Yggdrago. Go to the battle, swing over. And then, swing in for 15. Okay, not the best turn, not the worst turn. Yeah, overall, I think Cyburst has been a little bit underwhelming, which is a shame. Like, I still want to see what we can get out of it, right? Because I still don't think it's like a terrible deck, but it's like a kind of low tier 2 deck rather than the kind of high tier 2 deck I think everyone was kind of hoping it was going to be. The thing is, I'm not sure what the best way to build this deck is. I feel like both of the different skills we have for it end up feeling kind of similar, because one of them lets you turbo through your deck a bit more, but then it almost feels like it's better for Atrashoot Hydron than it is for actually getting out Yggdrago. A lot of the time, I end up with Yggdrago's mid piece in my hand, and I'm just like, could you just be anything else? Like, this is almost the brick of the deck. Right, so he's weakened both of my monsters, which means he hasn't got any high levels in hand, presumably. He's going to normal summon out 3 big guys. Oh yeah, that's not a big guy. Hey, Bakura, how are you doing? Yeah, I am doing great, my friend. How are you doing? We're just playing some... Ooh. We're playing some Cyburst. Our opponent looks to be bricking a little bit. We still don't have thingy, so we might as well do that. I guess we'll normal. We'll normal. Activate our skill. We'll pop that back on top again. We'll weaken this, and there's no reason not to weaken this. We'll go ahead and tribute the Atron. Or Atron. We'll set. Go ahead and activate that. I should remember that that mills, and therefore anytime I put a card on top, it's just going to go to the graveyard. But I guess it's fine in the graveyard. It doesn't really make much of a difference. And that should be the win. Nice. I'm great. That is good to hear. Yeah, I feel like whenever I'm playing the Cyburst deck, I feel like I'm just kind of underwhelmed, which is a very disappointing feeling, because Yggdrago's really cool, and I want to be excited to try and get it out, but I'm usually like, oh man, yeah, it's just kind of a beatdown deck where you can weaken your opponent's monsters by 800 and get out your boss monsters a little bit easier sometimes. I mean, we haven't actually summoned Yggdrago yet, so maybe if we draw into it, things will start to pick up a little bit. It's Manakist! One of our favourite opponents to play against. Let's see what Manakist has for us. I'm a little bit scared, because this is probably going to be the Rebels. We are going second, though, which, depending on the deck, can be better against the Rebels. Oh, lots of back row on the Rebels. Right, we always summon. I think we are always going to fire a particle acceleration. That's a good hit. This is where it gets a little bit awkward, because I think we do summon this, we set, and then we just go to battle, because I don't want this like stuck in my hand. Usually these will have 0 defense. If I summon this out, if I was to like hard tribute it out, it gets hyper punished by a thingy play. Oh, that's also really annoying. That means we lost the 50-50 there. But it gets hard punished by a heavy metal play. If we use this skill and weaken that, and then tribute over it via that, we lose a card from our hand, which we didn't want to do, as well as it still gets popped by heavy metal. And then he goes into... He becomes a 5,000, attacks over this, we lose 3,500. Okay. So we're not using the skill. Does that make a difference? You would have killed that. You would have had... It would have been about the same damage. This is where stuff's going to get a little bit funky, though. We still don't have Femtron engraved, so we probably want to use this. So I guess we'll normal, normal, normal. Activate the skill. We put you back. Always. You can go on top, that's fine. Because we're going to shuffle it anyway in a sec. So now, we always do this because we want to tribute. Then it's... We use this effect, we can weaken by 900. Which means that wouldn't be low enough to clear that. But if I weaken by 800 on the other one... Yeah, okay, we'll do this. And we'll tribute this. Go ahead and activate the effect. Put these two back. Then we go to battle. Now we just need to really hope. Okay. Hoping worked. And then we can get in 15. So this isn't an awful position we're in. Let's see what my man Manicist has for us. He could quite easily wipe this whole board, like with very little effort. Does have the Kree Engrave. That's a little bit scary, because whatever this deck pluses, it's always scary. If he has Buyer, we still shouldn't be dead. So, oh, still not using the skill. Oh, there's Buyer. I'm a little bit confused. We've got to be tributing. We're going to summon out a third heavy metal. Is that what we're doing? Yeah, we literally just had all 3 heavy metals. Holy, okay. I mean, we're not dead. I'm going to assume Manicus did the math and this worked out better. Because I'm not going to retroactively go back and do the math. Zacky boys, I just realized there is a new type of monster in Rush Galaxy, which doesn't really mean anything. I guess they're like some kind of cosmic creatures. It's like Cyburst, right? It doesn't kind of matter, but they exist. That's neat. Ugh, this is a terrible hand, bro. Where are the good cards at, yo? We can maybe win the game. We would weaken it by 800. That would put it down... Well, weaken it by 16, which would put it down to 900. We can go 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 3,000 into 900. Means we're only going to do 2,100 points of damage. And we're not going to have enough for a draw. Nowhere near. I mean, we don't have any other option, so... Summon. Particle acceleration, pop the back row. Oh, wait, no, we can get an extra 800. That's not going to be enough, though, is it? Are we going to leave him on 100 life points? We can get him down to 100 attack. This is going to be sad. All right, we're going to go ahead and activate them. We might actually, because we're going to mill, so we might be fine. Oh, we can actually force it, right? So we activate this. We put this on top. And we target this and this. Then we tribute this for 2 tributes. We activate the effect of Attribute Hydron. Then we activate Talismanic Seal Array. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. We weaken this down. And we win. That required too much brain power, and I was 500 over, so I did the maths wrong. But I suppose, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players and math, am I right? Yeah, Galaxy is a really cool type, to be honest. Not necessarily because of, like... Not because them being space aliens is cool or anything. It's the fact that... Hey, Sky. It's the fact that... I should remember to send people nices. That's what I should do. I also forgot to sort out my replays, so no replays today. But, yeah, the Galaxy decks are really, really cool. And I really, really like both Light Galaxy and Dark Galaxy. Also, there are fusion monsters with weird type like Magical Knight, Celestial Warrior, High Dragon, and Omega Psychic. Yes! Which, again, are all really, really cool because it allows you to put additional restrictions on, like, oh, you know, your deck can only include Omega Psychic and Psychic. Or you could say, like, oh, I don't want this spellcaster support to work with Magical Knights, which is quite nice. Kind of lets you better mix and match how you want to use or how Konami wants to design their cards, which I personally really like. I mean, do we just go ham? I mean, I could just go 25 plus, like, all of that. That's not bad. I think we're going to do that. Normal, normal. Normal. Activate the skill. We'll pop this on the bottom. We're going to use it on just that. We're going to tribute that to summon him out. Then we're going to run into a widespread ruin. Behold, what? Oh, no widespread. Immediately down to 500 life. I mean, we'll take that. Then we'll pass. Whoa, right. I didn't realize you were streaming, man. I would have stream sniped, joke. I mean, we were bigging you up the whole time, Manicus. We were like, this guy is going to absolutely clean our clocks. He's going to destroy us. And then we really liked your reluctance to use the skill. I think a lot of people would have just shotgunned the skill. And I think not just immediately shotgunning it was, you know, a good practice, I think is the best way to put it. What are the chances Monarchs come soon? The Nail AI has a Cyburst Monarch. So Monarchs are Cyburst and Thunder, I want to say. That's what all the Monarchs are. I mean, they are a Go Rush archetype, and they were, when they came out, pretty good. So I don't know if we'll get them super early. We might get, like, some of their stuff, but not all of it, and then go from there. We'll have to wait and see. I really don't think Royal Rebels is it. So Royal Rebels is still very, very strong. It has still been performing extremely well. We've had 2 tournaments so far, both of which have been won by Royal Rebels. And over in Japan, in the duel rooms, it is completely destroying everything. So Royal Rebels is still, like, the best deck. It's just, it feels kind of high roll a lot of the time. If you don't get, like, exactly the cards you need, it can feel a little bit underwhelming. But when it does go off, it goes off harder than any other deck. And I think that's kind of the takeaway. But I personally, I don't gel with it super well. It doesn't feel very controlled. It doesn't feel very... It doesn't feel pleasant to play, I guess is the question, the thing, right? It doesn't feel neat. It doesn't feel tidy. That's an annoying hand. Man, if I had a tribute monster, this hand would be crazy strong. But we don't, so it's not. If he gets a thingy off the top, an invasion, we do just die. We can weaken him to 100 attack and then attack over it. But we almost guarantee we lose widespread, because he's going to have... Oh, we could just put wide... Yeah, I think we just give up the widespread. Do we even have 4? We do have 4. Okay. So we'll drop the TSA. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Weaken this. Activate the skill. Get out of here, widespread. I don't need you. Normal summon. Normal summon. Normal summon. Battle. Go, Yggdrago, the Sky Emperor. Ah! What a weird game. I finally got second Atron, not from nail drops, of course. After 100 duels, he didn't drop one Atron. I mean, unfortunately, that's going to happen sometimes. And Sky on the 3 streak. When did this happen? Hopefully, I won't lose it. I mean, we do stream quite predictably. The only time we ever stream kind of at weird times is we will sometimes stream on Sundays, which we're probably going to do this week. We're probably going to be streaming on Sunday. If I can fix Royal Rebels to my liking, I'll bring them Sunday. If not, I'll bring my super special awesome deck containing certain ranked rewards. Ooh. So, Manicust, yesterday, the ads. Not the ads. Right, we'll wait until after the ads, and then we'll talk. Current win streak 3. So this is almost certainly either Harpies or Thunder. I think we're going to go on the defensive here. If he's got the Harpies, it's going to punish us quite a bit, but if not, then we'll be fine. Alright, so Manicust, we did yesterday enter Hylister's tournament on Colossus's server. Which is the Rush Duel Links server. And we took Dinosaur Aggro. That was our deck of choice, and we managed to take second place. We almost won the whole thing, but we did get, like, hard sacked in the finals. And by I don't want to take anything away from my opponent. They played well. It was just, they got, like, the god hand, and I was like, I can't beat this. Oh no, my Atron. Why would you attack with that? You've just missed out on 100 damage. I mean, fine, whatever. Alright, so now let's see what we draw. That's not super exciting. The issue as well is going to be that he's got 3 big guys out. We definitely cannot clear 3 big guys. We have 3 in grey, so we will be able to use TSA. So I guess we'll go ahead and use Maximum Ragnar. Ooh, that was really stupid. That was unbelievably stupid. Yep. I can't believe how stupid that was. Okay, we can probably still be fine, right? If we just weaken these 2. We can just attack over them and then TSA over that. No, we can't. Alright, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. The issue is if he has any good back row, we get completely smoked here. Okay, no good back row means we might actually just not get punished. Right, let's see what he's got now. It's very good. It plays like a slightly more aggressive Thunder. Yes, I found that the main benefits I got from playing it was that I could play non-Thunder, non-level 4s, right, compared to, like, Thunder. Or, like, if we're talking about the Thunder aggro deck, it's just very similar to Thunder aggro. Another Japanese PB has just ended, Points Battle. Unfortunately, I only got 16th. It's a good place to practice for GR Festival. Yeah, I don't, like, know when they're happening or anything. I find people, like, posting lists and, like, oh, these were the results of it. But I never see people being like, oh, we're doing one soon, sort of thing. So I'm never, like, in that loop. I mean, I think here is just cheat out both the boys, right? I'll go ahead and put this to the bottom. Target both my boys. Tribute over 1. Tribute over 2. Now, we're probably dead here. I don't think there's much we can really do from this position when he's got so much back row, but we're going to do what we can. Oh, double draw, though. That might save us. This card definitely does not. Now, I guess we'll fire this off, just because we don't want to, like, run into something stupid. Definitely put you back. Probably want you back, to be honest. One, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll just weaken whatever. I don't think this matters, right? Because he's not going to have any, like, battle traps to protect that. Then we'll pass. Alright, let's see. Again, with 3 back row, he's got to have tools to out our shit, right? He must do. There's no way he doesn't. On so few life points. Right, TTD. Pops 1. Harpy Lady. I'm going to guess Tribute. Okay, so that is a 3,000 attacker. If he can get out another one, we are straight dead. Ooh. Now it comes down to what that card in his hand is. What are we going to lose? We lose 16, which puts us down to 900 attack. That's 600 damage, and that's going to finish it. That is sad. If he didn't have another normal summon, we actually survive this turn, and then potentially have a comeback. It happens every day, 11 AM UK time, I think. They're organised by Now, and he posts them on his Twitter. I'll definitely shoot them a follow. I'm gonna struggle here, my friend. You will kill me, but I will struggle. Oh yeah, I forgot you could just boost that one as well to play around it. We haven't actually played Harpies yet. That'll probably be what we play next time. G'day, how are you? We are doing quite well, King Schneebs. Hopefully you're having a great day. Are you taking this on Sunday if you're coming? Obviously, no, I don't. Cyburst is just not my deck. I don't think it's inherently a bad deck. I do not gel with it particularly well. I don't think it has all the tools I want. Thanks for the follow, King Schneebs. But, so, alright, if I was... The thing you have to remember as well is whenever I enter a tournament, I'm not always entering to win, right? A lot of times I'll enter a tournament to try and just have fun, or I'll enter it to bring something wacky just so that it will give like the TO something to talk about, or I'll enter to try and get like some clips for YouTube or something, right? So like I'm not always playing to win, but if I was playing to win, if I was like I'm going to try and actively win this entire event, I would bring either Thunder or Royal Rebels. I think those two are the best decks right now. I think Thunder is the better, well-rounded deck, but Royal Rebels is the higher high-roll pop-off potential deck. I really, really don't want this as my open, but I feel like I don't really have much of a choice. I keep opening so many high levels. We're already playing 8 of them, which I suppose is quite a lot, but with this skill and how few spell traps we're playing, you'd think that we wouldn't see them all the time. I think we're going to opt to maintain Attrashoot, because chances are he's going to be able to blow this up with something anyway, be it the skill or anything else. Sometimes you enter with dinosaurs and almost win. Hey, Clossalus. Yeah, it was Clossalus's servers tournament run by Hylister that we played in yesterday. We had an absolutely great time. So huge shout out to Clossalus. And Clossalus's Discord server is a really, really great resource and a great place to go for really good Rush information. Oh, there's a maximum. I kind of wanted to summon a maximum myself, but you know, we'll watch his instead, I suppose. Oh, come on. What is this? I guess we're kind of chilling, right? We can still out this. It's just not looking super great for us. We'll hit him with the particle accelerator. Pop that. We can activate the skill, get rid of that, then just set that. It gives us better defensive options. Having this out summon doesn't do much for us. Leaving that in hand doesn't do much for us. So we're going to get rid of this, and we'll put this on the bottom. Oh, I probably should have put that in the graveyard, because I think I've just messed myself up. That's really bad for us, actually. Now we need to get lucky with a mill. Or we can force it if we don't... Yeah, if we just give this up. I think that's fine. So we did make a misplay, but this way we guarantee... Right, we would have hit it anyway. I don't really want more big guys in the deck. Today's point battle had 55 participants. Yeah, I always see the point battles always have around like 40 to 60. And they always seem like a really great time. I'm similar to you. I'm currently building a really funny IRL meme deck. I mean, that's always a good way to go. Thank you. We're trying our best. I mean, yeah, you put in the effort, Klaus. I'm gonna shout it out. I think if it's a genuinely good resource that I genuinely use and believe in, I'm always gonna prop it up. Is the tournament that was on yesterday a regular thing? They will be regular tournaments, probably starting later this month, which I'm really looking excited to play in. I always, if ever there's a Rush tournament that's at an appropriate time for me, because obviously I'm in the UK, right? So not all tournaments are good for me. I remember when Rush first came out, there were a ton of tournaments that started at like 3 AM for me, and I'm just there like, I can't commit to this. I can't realistically show up, which is a bit of a shame. The deck I'm building is Marshmallow Fang of Critias Control Burn. Somehow made it to plat on Master Duel. You are an evil wizard, aren't you, King Schneebs? Cooking up Marshmallow Fang of Critias Control Burn. Brother in Christ. I can't even imagine how that works. I'm trying to work out like what Fang of Critias does in this. Like, are you using Doom Virus or the Mirror Force Dragon? Actually, it's not Tyrant Wing Dragon, whatever it's called. That's a bastard deck. Do you have a Discord link or anything I can check out? Yeah, feel free to post your Discord link, Claus. I don't know if the bot might stop it. If it does, I'll repost it. Using all except Tyrant. Okay. Now that's a base deck. You want to 1v1 me? I hope in the game. Do we... How aggro do we get, though? If we go all in on the Hydrons now, it kind of doesn't work in our favour. Because he's playing Thunder, so he's just going to be able to rebuild the board really easily. Alright, we're going to normal, normal, normal. We're going to activate our skill. And we're going to put this to the top of the deck. We're going to weaken this and this. Then we're going to tribute to summon this out. Then we get a battle. We'll swing with this. So he's got the widespread. There's nothing we could have done about that anyway. Well, you've got to use the widespread, right? Oh, it was Call of the Earthbound. Okay. That's fine. I'll just kill this anyway. And we'll pass. I want him to have as few resources as possible. That's the idea here. It forces my opponents to attack using Magic Cylinder with Launcher. The bot seems to like it. Okay, well, let me see if I can throw an invite link. Do I have the ability to invite people to your server? I don't. Copy that. So if I do this, no, that is less than helpful. That is just the Discord thing. Let me disable this for a sec. See if we can't. Okay, well, apparently I'm not allowed to send or request the invite link. I'll try logging off and logging back on. If I win, you have to give me mod. That's not how this works. I can show you the deck list or if you have Discord, if you want. Yep. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, so I don't have the ability to send invites, but I can maybe look at our history, maybe that'll have it. No, it's an invalid invite. If you ping me an invite, I will... Pretty sure anyone should be able to. Well, when I click on the invite, it says missing permissions. So that's all I could say from my end. I don't know if there's something going on my end or something going on the server's end. Do we just go for the same play again? I don't hate it. We did lose a lot of life points there. Right, we'll put this back on top again. And we'll go for this, and I guess this, to make sure we can clear. Tribute to get this out. We're not going to mill because we got the Attribute on the top where we want it. And we'll just get some good damage. And then pass again. I'm pretty sure everyone should be able to get invites, although you can just copy-paste my link from above. It should work just fine. So from above, all it's given me is 3 stars. The bot is very awkward like that. I don't know if I can undo that. Yeah, it's very awkward. It's very, very awkward. Who would have thought that a bot designed to stop other bots from spamming your channel can cause so many issues? Unfortunately, that is going to be the game. How did we lose so much damage earlier? I guess it doesn't really make much of a difference. Like, realistically, Thunder is going to always beat us anyway, but I think we were a little bit unlucky there, because we actually had a good setup, but our opponent just drew better than us. Like, he needed exactly Trigger Drago to kill there, which is a shame. But it is what it is. I sent you a PM, does that work? Let's take a gander, Rooney. So if I try and drop that in chat. Ta-da! And there we go. We got there in the end. And then we'll go back and turn that back on. And then we Gucci. Right. So we're against another Harpy or Cyburst. Not Cyburst. Harpy or Thunder. I don't want to go like hyper aggressive turn 1, but I also don't want to leave all this crap in our hand. So I think the play is going to be... We'll normal this, and we'll set these. Then we're going to activate our skill, because I want the Attribute for next turn. We're going to put this on top. We're going to weaken this. I'm going to tribute over it with this. And we're going to leave it in attack mode because if it's in defense, it can kind of just get pierced over for free. If it's in attack, he at least needs to, like, get out a Trigger Drago and use the skill. Sup, mate? Hey, Sora. How's it going? Welcome on in. And this was exactly the play that we just said, the only thing that punishes us. But here it is. Okay, did change it to defense. That means he's got no other cards to summon. Okay, so he has got another big boy in hand. So we do take the 28 direct. There's nothing we can really do about that, but we did specifically stack the Attribute so that we could have an out to this. So this is actually looking pretty good for us right now. So we'll flip. We'll flip. So this is going to get sacked off. This is going to get sacked off. Because we're always going to prioritize getting our guys out. No reason to hold on to this. It doesn't matter where it goes. Put it on the bottom. So we're going to hit these two. Treat as 2 tributes, get them out. Normal summon, treat as 2 tributes, get them out. Then we can activate Hydron Effect. Then we can activate Hydron Effect. Then we're going to drop the Talismanic Seal Array, because if we see lethal, we'll go for lethal. We'll just put all of our Yggdrago back in the deck. We'll go to battle. We'll play around... Okay, so he's got the widespread. Of course he's got the widespread. Just open the widespread. Which is fine, I guess. He only opened the one boss monster, but just opens the one of legend. Feels bad. It's mandatory to be in attack with the skill. It's mandatory to be in attack with the skill. What do we mean? His skill? Because his skill is the monster that's reduced has to be in attack, but he doesn't have to change the monster to defense, is what we were getting at. If that's what we were talking about, even. Okay, so weakens 1, changes 1 to defense, uses Stormbolt. Grabs that back. The problem is, if he gets out a Trigger Drago... Okay, 2 cards stuck in hand. So is that he's got like 2 more Stormbolts in hand? I mean, Trigger Drago wouldn't have been lethal. He would have had less monsters. Still no maximum. Feels bad, man. But is this just lethal if we go summon, tribute both, weaken both of these? No, I can't do that, because if I'd have to lose a card. So it'd be summon, tribute both of that. Summon that. This clears there. This clears there. We only get... We do not get much damage in with that. If we use that to tribute out a guy, we'd have 3 monsters on the field. We'd only weaken one of his. We'd get in for the 15 into the 15. This would attack over this for 400, and then we'd get in for 19 damage total. We'd end with 3 monsters. Or we weaken both by 8. Get this out and this out. I think it's still better to just get the 3rd monster out. So summon. Unfortunately, this still does just lose to Trigger Drago, but like we can't afford to get picky at this point, I don't think. Like, I think if we just hold on to a card, we just lose anyway. The tribute summon yours. Yeah, I mean... Swing in here. Swing in here. I mean, no matter what, yeah, this ended on 2 monsters. In my head, I was like, oh, I can end on 3 monsters. It's like, no, that's not how that works. But again, we do just die to Trigger Drago. So, if he's got it, he's got it. If he summons Stormbolt, brings back a guy, gets 400 in, crash, and then another 15 is game. Oh, it's Trigger Drago now. Yeah, so we just had no way to win that. Yeah. I don't know. Cyburst feels kind of shit. Not gonna lie, doesn't feel great. I'm not really sure how to make the most out of this. How to beat Thunder, let us brick on level 7s. We'll do it for you. It's a really weird scenario to be in, because I feel like Maximum Ragnarok seems like a really good skill, but losing that card from your hand really, really messes with it really bad. And because of that, I feel like this deck has a really bad matchup into like most other decks. Like, I'm sat here trying to think, what decks does this deck comfortably beat? And I'm like, does it comfortably beat anything? Like, can anyone in chat tell me one deck this deck has like an actual like favorable matchup into? I'm like, Magnum Overload? No, it doesn't. Royal Rebels? No, it doesn't. Thunder? No, it doesn't. Spellcasters? No, it doesn't. Thank you for the follow. Jesus, Gurguts. We're gonna go with that. I think that's kind of where I'm at with this. I don't think Cyburst is inherently like bad, but it doesn't beat any of the other good decks right now, like consistently. Like, it can still take games off them for sure. 100% it can still take games off them. But can it like consistently out them? I don't know. Do we get greedy and just hold some maximum pieces in our hand? That we always particle acceleration. We'll pop that. So I could just tribute that by putting one of these to the top, then milling it. Alright. We'll go ahead and use Maximum Ragnarok. We will just get rid of this, I guess. No, we want to put... Yes. We want to get rid of this. It does not matter where it goes. And go to the top, it's going to get milled. Then we're going to target this and this. We'll then tribute over this. Summon out this. Well, actually, can we mill it? I don't think we have enough cards in grave. No, we don't. That's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. We'll swing him with this. And then watch him just have the widespread. Because every one of my opponents just opens widespread today. Jesus. What can I do? What can we do? All of the new decks seem to have to give up too many cards to make a board except Thunder. Yes. Well, I think that's Thunder's strength. Like, it can just build a board easier than any other deck, arguably in the game, which is just really good. I was watching your YouTube channel, didn't know that you stream. Yeah, we stream at least 2 days a week, sometimes 3. Always the same time on the same days. Yeah, thanks for checking out the YouTube. I would really like to just draw my maximum, you know, but we have a Femtron in the grave, so we can just fire this off and see if it changes anything. Unfortunately, that's the wrong piece. That would have been really cool. Our life points are quite low, is our current issue. I mean, we can clear, but like, it's not pretty. I think we're just going to do this. Unfortunately, this deck just does feel so bad to play, which is such a shame. Because like, it's so cool, but but it just feels so bad. Thunder has problems with outing Yggdrago, I'd say. So Thunder doesn't actually struggle that badly with it. Obviously, you can run Tribute to the Doomed, and you can run Talismanic Seal like everyone else can. But even in Archetype, it's not too bad. Because you have Trigger Drago, can boost itself up to 28, you can use the skill to weaken Yggdrago down to 3,000. Then you only need to find 200. Which means if you're playing any kind of way to strengthen or weaken, and that the in-archetype one would be the shark that can give a thunder monster 400 attack, you just have an in-archetype out on top of everything else. And you might be like, oh, okay, but that's like you have to get 3 things going. Well, you always have the skill, so all you need to do is just find Trigger Drago and find 1 boost. So it's kind of like a 2-card combo just outs it, which is not bad, right? Now, obviously, it'd be cleaner if you just had a 1-card combo, but... hi, for Speed Duel, should I need build an extra deck for this? So I would always recommend, if you can, if you have the time, to have a separate account to play Rush, if you want to play Rush, right? If you want to actively play Rush and, like, grind out ladder and stuff, that's what I would recommend. If you're just playing Rush to get extra gems for your Speed Duel account, just try and build like some free-to-play decks, right? Outing Yug is easy. They lower their hand when they summon, so the Shark skill and trigger out and the Erase spell. Yeah, that's basically what we were saying. Well, we summon this. We're probably going to weaken that and weaken that by getting rid of one of our cards. So we'll summon this. We'll activate our skill. Don't need you. I guess you can just go to the bottom. We don't need you. Then we'll go for this and this. We'll go ahead and tribute. Summon out the boy. Activate the effect. Yeah, we'll take a draw. Does that change anything? 36. Yes, it does. That's now lethal, right? Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Activate the effect. Would like to draw another card, yes. And then TSA. Relationships. We don't really need anything else. 2, 3, 4. And that is the game. Cause I'm completely out with the new cards and I don't know how it works. Yeah, so basically on speed now, or in Duel Links, there is 2 separate modes. There is Speed Duel and there is Rush Duel. Speed Duel is your typical Yu-Gi-Oh! But the Duel Links version of it anyway. And then Rush Duel is what we're playing now, which is completely different cards. You can't use any of the same cards in between the modes. They have completely separate card pools, and you can still earn rewards from both from the other. So if you want to get gems, for example, you can still play Rush and get the gems and transfer those, use them on speed product, etc, etc. But we are primarily here a Rush channel. Well, we still do speed, right? We still do enjoy a bit of speed. We're very much into our Fluffle Orcust, but primarily we are the Rush, and we have the Rush YouTube channel to go along with it. Okay, so this is again probably Thunder or Harpies. We played against a lot of Thunder today. I think people are finally catching on that it's actually really strong. Alright, let's see what our opponent has for us now. Set 3, and set a back row, and set another back row. That's a whole hand empty. That's very, very strong open from our opponent. Now, we still don't really know what we're against. Because it's got double back row, I'm leaning towards Harpy, but it could just be, like, luck, right? I don't think there's much of a reason to summon out the Yggdrago here. But I am going to summon this, and we are going to fire off Particle Acceleration. We'll see what we hit. And there's the turn 1 widespread again. I think we do need to set this. It would be so greedy not to. Then we're just going to go straight to battle. We'll just swing over. Oh, so it is Thunder. Ooh, Thunder's scary. Thunder is very scary. We literally went from, like, the last 2 days we've been playing ranked, everyone has just been spamming Harpies. And now we've played so much Thunder today. I think they need to add more ranks. I mean, yeah, that would be ideal. On the plus side, because there's so few ranks, it does mean that you can COG in it quite easily, which means if you're a free-to-play speed player, you can just come in, get your COG pretty quick, get all your rewards, and then go back to the mode that you actually want to play, which is nice, right? As a Rush player trying to COG in speed, especially if you don't have an up-to-date deck, is a bit of a nightmare. And there's so many ranks. I guess you could argue there's more rewards because there is more ranks. But trying a KoG just takes so long. Don't... I finally opened my Widespread Ruin turn 1 and it gets popped immediately. I mean, we're pretty much just completely screwed here, right? Like, what is our chance now? We literally have to, like, draw out our... Oh, we have a card in hand, so we couldn't pierce over. That's at least something. Right, I'd like my maximum would be nice. Nah, we're just not going to see it. Okay. Well, we know he can't have another widespread, so that's something. I mean, I think we don't really get much of a choice here. We're going to do this. Activate our skill. I don't think there's a reason to hold on to this. I think we're better off just summoning both of our monsters. Doesn't matter where we put it, because we're going to shuffle. So we'll get this out. This middle maximum piece is like, it's the worst card in the deck. Like, unless you're exactly maximum summoning with it, it is completely dead weight, and it is stuck in our hands so often. Right. Oh, don't tell me he's running the battle trap. Oh my god, bro. Are you serious? Oh, why are you playing it? It's so bad in this meta. I think they need to add more rank. That's why I only play 2 heads. Yeah, I mean, we're only on 2 heads as well. All the maximum cards are very mid, sadly, just like IRL. Yeah, I mean, that's just game, isn't it? There's nothing we can do about it. I want this deck to be good, but it's just so shit. Like, again, we've got some wins today, but none of them felt convincing. I think we're actually already done with it, to be honest. I think we're going to swap on to... We'll try out the other skill, because this deck is just... It's so awful. Like, I'm seeing no plus sides to it at all. We're going to try out some Beyond Curiosity, which, again, I'm not expecting to do much better. But anything better is going to be an improvement, right? Because that just feels so terrible. Alright, let's get the boys going. So we want this, we want these, we're going to 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 want these, maybe going to want these. Because the skill limits us to... Don't care about that. So... Or they have to just be Cyberse type monsters, so that's fine. So now we'll go over to our traps. We're almost certainly going to want this. We probably don't need anything else. Now we're going to want probably just outs to problematic cards, which is probably just going to be maximums, right? Because this deck is going to struggle to out maximums, so we'll probably just go with this. I think this should be fine. Maybe we want to put an extra boss monster in, but we'll try this out as is. I'm still not expecting this to do very well, but we'll see how it goes. No heads? No, again, it's the brick. I don't want the middle piece. It's awful. I hate the middle piece. I don't want to maximum summon it. I just want to play Cyberse Beatdown. Because the other thing to remember is that with this skill, dumping all of this into the graveyard means that we can still just turbo through the graveyard, right? Right, we'll go... I guess we'll go Atron here. Into Atron. Then we'll go... L. Tribute over for Pictotron. We'll use its effect. And we'll summon. Get out Pictotron again. Play its effect. Then we'll set. 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 And set. And then we'll end. Let's have a look. Let's see what we get. Oh, so we just don't maximum summon anymore. Yeah, that's the idea. We're going to try this out, right? We have to test it, right? We have to know if it feels okay. The 2 Cyburst Fusions look fun. Yeah, the Cyburst Fusions haven't really done anything. They haven't really been, like, big contenders or, like, big tournament representatives, but they, you know, they're decent. Yeah, he's looking at my graveyard like, oh, do I want any of his stuff? I mean, I guess he could take my money if he wants it. Does a good maximum card exist in real life, or are they all kind of mid? No, there are some really fantastic ones. So, the best ones are probably the Sea Serpent ones. The Sea Serpent maximum monsters are really good. There's 3 of them. One of them, called Okiabyss, is a bit funky, but the other 2 are just straight up fantastic cards. There is Kraken and Poseidra are both unbelievably good cards. Why are we... What is the plan here? We're just not going to use the skill? I mean, I guess I'll fire this off. I don't think I necessarily even needed to fire this off, but... We don't take any damage against this deck, because this is basically... Against this deck, it's a damage race. Right, we have Zeptron. We also have the Atron. We'll summon out the Atron first. We'll use its effect. Then we're going to summon out the Zeptron. Well, I take Zeptron effect. Now, we need to end on as many monsters as possible, which means we probably don't want this. Or this. Now we're going to summon out Reset Runner. Sure, we'll just activate its effect. Then we'll summon Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. Activate the effect. I would like to draw a card. Then we'll summon this out. Unfortunately, that is not very useful right now, unless we do this, which is not bad. If I weaken that, it will lose 800. If I weaken that, it will lose that. Okay, so we'll go Tribute to the Doomed here. We'll discard and pop this. Then we're going to go ahead and activate TSA, because why not? What do we actually want back in the deck at this point? I don't even know. We've still got plenty of boss monsters left in the deck, so we don't need anything like hyper-specific. These are probably fine. We'll leave one of them. Right, let's do this. So this isn't going to be lethal, but on top of the fact he is just going to flip over a Widespread Ruin. Oh, he's not. Okay. But we got him nice and low, so if we draw like anything, we should be able to finish it. And we should still, again, have 2 more copies of Atrashoot Hydron in deck, which is looking pretty good. Poseidra is goated, exactly. See, Sora knows. Sora knows. Kraken's art is amazing. Yes, Kraken's art looks so good. Poseidra's art is a little bit... Like, it's fine, but it's like... Nothing like crazy. I don't think there's a way we lose this turn. Oh, that is what scares me now. Because we were in a fantastic position. Now we're in an okay position. Okay. So, we need to find a second out. So we'll start with this. Use its effect. So we're looking for like TSA or something. Activate the effect. There's the TSA that we wanted. Okay, so now nothing else really matters. We don't care about you or you. Now, if we throw down the TSA now, I suppose we're going to get a draw either way, right? So we'll summon, summon. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Activate the effect. Yes, I would like to draw. Oh, we just needed a normal summon. We just needed a normal summon. Because we got everything we needed except the normal. And now we lose to widespread. Any normal and we win. Any normal. I mean, not any normal. Like, a Zeptron wouldn't have won it. But we should only have one Zeptron left in the deck and we knew it was on the bottom. That's so sad. There's no way we survive this turn now. But already, this deck feels so much better than when we had the Yggdrago in it. If it just wasn't you, any normal, like any normal that had, what? So he would have lost 14, which would have put him down to 900. So we would have needed a 1400 or a 15. I don't know how many are still left in the deck. So that's 3 of those gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we had 1 left in deck. I guess when you put it like that, there wasn't like a super great chance of us winning there. Man, bloody widespread ruin again. But it's fine. This deck, again, already feels better. Like, it already feels so much better. I'm wondering if there's any other things we need to stick in. Like, a 3rd TSA could be okay. I don't necessarily think we need to play... Because we want to have a surplus of monsters. That's kind of the goal. I don't think we can afford to take out another boss monster is the issue. I think we keep playing with this for a bit until we get a few more games under our belt, see how it feels. But the whole point of this is we're just trying to, you know, make big guy smash. They're against another rower. Just put in the middle piece. I don't want the middle piece. It's a brick. Again, unless the middle piece is exactly maximum summoning, it is completely useless. And we lost several games today because we've just had the middle piece. We either had to summon out or just have it stuck on our hand and unable to play the game. What did you change? So we have changed our skill to Beyond Curiosity. So we now have the Femtron's Engrave. And we have taken out the middle piece of the maximum. So we're basically playing Atrashoot Hydron Turbo. There's no reason to sit on Atron, so we'll go ahead and fire off its effect. Now, we don't want to get aggressive, really, unless we can like clear everything, which we can't realistically do. We know we're against Royal Rebels, which means we also don't want to summon anything that has like too higher attack. So I think we are actually fine to just like set a bunch of cards and pass, which feels kind of bad because it means that he might be able to actually make like a competent board next turn. But again, if we've got 2 complete wimps that aren't going to do anything, like we like maybe we attack over. Maybe just predicting they've got 0 defense and attacking over them would be better. But if they're not 0 defense monsters, right? If they are Essel or if they are the Gargoyle, then we get punished super hard, like super hard. So already we forced this out. Now the problem here, yeah, so we did have a 1200 defender. The problem here is he's got Shadow Buyer, which if he manages to keep around is going to be really, really strong. So he can use his skill, jump up and level, and then have that attack as well, which is very, very relevant. Let's see what our opponent has for us, though, because he's currently just chilling. We're using the Gargoyle effect. Why are we using the Gargoyle effect? What is the point of using the Gargoyle effect? You get that in the graveyard just to shuffle it back in? You needed a monster in graveyard. Right. But then couldn't you have just discarded it for the skill? Unless... Yeah, you could have just done that. And then just had the trap card left over. Very confusing. He's going to use that. He has to pop our weakest monster. Kei Kakudori. Watch him get Shadow Buyer Invasion Heavy Metal OTK. It'll be very difficult for him to OTK us from this position. Why play Gargoyle in the first place? So some people have been on the Gargoyle because it allows you to make plays depending on your opponent's board state that will allow you to attack with non-level 7 and higher monsters. So, like, there is some logic behind it. It's just a little bit funky is all. There's no real reason to sit on this. His back row is what actually does scare me, because chances are he's once again found his widespread super early. Right, we'll fire off the Atron. That is another problem that this deck sometimes will run into. We'll go Reset Runner. Summon out Dog. Tribute 2. We will still get a draw here. I mean, that's an okay draw. We'll set it. I don't think there is a reason to tribute that out, and I don't think there is a reason to use TSA here. So I think we will... Like, we don't need all these cards back in our deck right now, right? I don't know, actually. Maybe we should put some of them back in. Now we should be fine. Right, we'll go battle. We'll try to swing over this, which of course he's got the widespread. Oh no, okay, that's fine. We'll take that. I mean, obviously it could have been better, but that's what it is. Thanks for following, Highlander. Welcome, welcome on in. Oh, alright. Let's see what he's got for us. Maybe the play is then take out... I'm not the biggest fan of Phantom Bind, right? So I understand the logic. A lot of the decks are going to be playing monotype, right? But, like, Overload plays at least 2 different types. The Thunder deck does play a lot of Thunders, but also does play a lot of non-Thunders. So, like, it's okay against that deck, but not, like, fantastic. The Harpy deck seems to be all over the place. Against Cyburst, it's decent, but primarily you're going to be using it against Atrasuit Hydron, which is just going to put it back to neutral. Which, again, is fine. Like, he managed to trade, like, 2 for 1 there. I mean, am I just dead? What's this? 39. So not even dead on board. You're gonna... What? What? You had... 35 and then this set monster. Okay. Well, he now also could just have it down again. I mean, we have to get some of these out of our hand, unfortunately. But unfortunately, we could also just draw into our Perceptical Manny, which would be pretty bad. Speak of the Devil. Do this, activate this. Oh, there goes all of our legend cards to the graveyard, unfortunately. Okay, so now this is an okay position. We can use this to fix the tributes out of our hand. So what we're going to have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we definitely don't want you in hand. We probably don't want all of these big boys in hand. So we're going to have to summon, tribute 1. We'll pop you away. Then we'll go for a normal. Tribute 1, tribute 2. Activate the effect of Atrasuit Hydron. I would like to draw a card. Then we'll go ahead and use TSA. Need these back, and then we just want anything at all that's kind of big. We'll summon, and we'll set. And then we will run headfirst into Widespread Ruin. Oh, no Widespread Ruin. Okay, we'll take that. We'll swing into this. And then pass. Again, still not in a fantastic position. We're probably still going to lose, but we're going to do what we can. Level 6 and lower cannot attack when using the skill. Yes, but he did not use the skill. Unless I completely forgot that he did use the skill. Going back. Oh, he did use the skill. But either way, his Shadow Buy could have attacked. Oh, I guess the Shadow Buy couldn't have attacked because he only got him up to 6 because he only had 1 monster out, right? But then he didn't need to use the skill, right? So I only had one monster in attack mode. He could have just not used the skill. Okay, so that's death because he has the Shadow Buyer as well. Damn. If he didn't have the Shadow Buyer, we would actually live here. And then potentially kill him next turn. But yeah, Shadow Buyer. We killed 2 of his Shadow Buyer and he just had the 3rd. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that, right? If he sees all 3, he sees all 3. That, again, that did feel pretty close. I think we're actually going to take out Receptacle Manny, just because I think we plow through the deck so quick that Receptacle Manny is just getting in the way. Now, the problem with that is we're now low on Cyburst monsters. Because I think we have 3 copies of every single Cyburst monster that doesn't require a tribute. Which means I guess we're going to put in some spell traps. Which, again, is also kind of going to be bricky. We could just do this. Let's try that out. Let's just try out a couple of back row hate. I think Shadow Buyer is going to be limited to 2. I mean, I don't think it needs to be. I think... I don't know. I don't know if the deck needs a hit. I don't think it's like overwhelmingly the best deck in the format or anything. I don't really think we need much of a ban list at all at the moment. Like, we don't think there's anything immediately that needs to be hit. But maybe over the coming weeks, as, you know, the meta kind of settles, we will have a difference of opinion. Right, we're against what is almost certainly another Royal Rebels. We're at least learning this matchup, I guess. Right, we'll draw. Got a couple of Atrons, so we'll go ahead and fire them off. Why not? Right, then we're just going to go on the defensive. Then we'll pass on that. Alright. Recycle plus gain level with no cost. The thing is, I don't think that is inherently overpowered, right? It just... Oh, come on. Come on, bro. My man just cheats out a barrel dragon. Brother in Christ, do not hit this. Bro, what is this? Oh, this is getting high rolled the speed run. Jesus. They should ban the centerpiece of Yggdrago so people stop playing it. That is one way to go. Alright, we'll drop this down. Activate. I bet that back row is going to be Widespread Ruin as well, just to give us like the full middle finger experience. Alright, I'll activate the effect. Yes, I would like to draw a card, please. Then we'll drop the TSA, so I need some of this stuff back in the deck. I would kind of just like some beaters, but I suppose I also do want to find some draw power. But again, this isn't going to matter because he's going to flip over his bloody Widespread Ruin that he opened. Oh, no Widespread Ruin. Okay, okay. We may be back in this. The Favourite Son of God. Monster Reborn on leg. Right, Hammer Crush is fine. We do not mind having our back rip popped. What we don't want is for him to summon out something that can beat our 25, and the chances of that are quite high, unfortunately. Ugh, now it's... Oh god, he's going to drop a Dragius, isn't he? Pain. Okay, so we're on the Thunder aggro. This is becoming quite a common deck now. Are we dead? We take 5 plus 28. So that is 33. So we actually do live, but I don't see much of a hope for us from this position. Right. We Zeptron. We can't use Zeptron because we shuffled our Atron back in because we're an idiot. Well, we're dead. Be gone! I mean, all he needs is any monsters and we lose anyway, so I don't think it really mattered. Even if we had set this, I think we'd probably still just die. Now we'll summon out Dragius. Yeah. So yeah, it did not matter. I mean, again, that was a massive outlier, right? Like, he's gonna... If he just opens, cheat out, Barrel Dragon, what do we do? Right, we'll wait until chat's back. Oh. Also, that trap is not that crazy and important in Royal Rebels. So, ironically, I actually think King's Majesty is one of the most important cards in Royal Rebels. Zeptron doesn't do anything right now. Summon it. We will tribute it off for Pictotron. Activate Pictotron. Oh, there goes my legend. That feels bad. But it is what it is. So, we'll shuffle the deck. How ballsy are we feeling here? We're feeling relatively ballsy. Let's activate this again. That kind of sucks, losing both the attribute. Then we'll normal. We'll set. And we'll set. Then we'll go battle. Well, battle. We'll end the turn. So now we need to find our Talismanic Seal Arrays to get these back in the deck. Maybe they will nerf the skill. I mean, maybe. Royal Rebel is an aggressive deck, so I just run 6 backer removals and go for game. So again, I talked about this in my Royal Rebels video, but the Royal Rebel matchup is, like, especially the mirror, is very deliberate. It's very specific, right? You need to make sure that you're seeing one of your boss monsters every turn. You need to make sure that you don't run into your opponent's trap cards, and you need to make sure that you have your own trap cards to protect you, right? Because of how the deck works, it doesn't matter just sticking a couple of level 1s in the deck and then just having one spot freed up for that trap card that can save your life. Because if your opponent does, especially in the mirror, it's very easy to just get the wombo combo of... this kind of sucks, actually. It's very easy to end up in a situation where you can leave your opponent on one monster, and then you can just summon out the heavy metal, pop your opponent's monster, and go in for a direct attack. And if you don't have Widespread or King's Majesty, you just die. And also, it's very good into the Magnum Overlord, which is also a deck that doesn't actually have that bad of a matchup into the Rebels themselves. I mean, I guess we'll do this. We don't even know what we're against yet. I guess we'll just set, battle. We'll just swing. Okay, we are against Psychics. Then we'll pass. Okay. So we're hangry. Now this is where things are going to get tricky though, because this deck still has the same problem that regular Cybus has, which is we do not have a good way to get to our opponent's life points. So we need him to do this. Okay, welcome, Folder Blitz. It's been a while since we've seen you. I mean, sure, we'll just fire this off. I just want to make room in the back row more than anything else. Get out of here, Folder Blitz. Right, we'll draw. Now, how do we want to play this? We have a couple of options, right? Because we go for this draw, but we really want to get another Attribute Hydron. Which I suppose we don't need. Right, we'll just do this then. We'll fire off the Particle Acceleration. We'll get rid of this. We will go ahead and activate Attribute Hydron effect now. We will draw a card. Okay, we'll take that. Now, what do we want to do here? Do we want to make any changes to the deck? Because right now, our only way to deal with defense mode monsters is just to use the Tribute to the Doomed, which feels kind of bad. But if we were to take that out, what we could do is try and make it a little bit more maximum focused. How do we want to do that? I kind of want to just have the one Yggdrago piece in the deck. I think that might be what we want to do here. So let's go back to Cyburst. Let's try this. This might still feel like shit, but I think with just the one piece, we're less likely to brick on it. Naturally, we will now always just brick on it constantly. It's crazy that a few days ago, Dragon was arguably the strongest deck, and now, in my eyes, it's so weak. That's so crazy to think how the meta can change so dramatically because of a box and new skills. So, it depends what you mean by Dragon, right? Because obviously, Rush is very nebulous with its like deck types and deck names. If we're talking about like the aggro deck, right, which is just Dragius and friends with whatever flavor of the month is currently there, like the Dragon aggro variant, which is basically just what the Dragius plus Ancient Arise Dragon, because that's the boss monster of choice, which now has just shifted onto Thunder aggro, because now it's just Dragius plus the Thunder boss monsters. I think that deck is still probably fine, and the Thunder aggro is just like the evolution of it. If we're talking about Dragonic Resonance, I don't think that deck's been super strong for quite a long time now. Realistically, it's stopped topping tournaments. Like, it just hasn't been seeing a ton of play, whereas the Dragon aggro deck is still popping off, still doing fine. Zeptron unfortunately doesn't do anything right now. How aggro do we want to get here? I think we could just go defensive. We don't have to like do anything silly. Let's just set both Zeptrons. Like, until we get an Atron, these are useless anyway. Let's see what our opponent's got. I mean, Dragonic Resonance deck. Yeah, like I said, I think it's been several... It's probably been like a month since Dragonic Resonance has like been doing really, really well. Like, the thing that Resonance really excels at right now is popping back row. It's like one of the best decks at popping back row. Yeah, right, so we'll Tribute 2. Get this out. We'll flip this up. We'll mill a card. We'll normal this. Activate this and mill another card. We'll set this. Go to battle. We'll swing him with a 15. There's the turn 1 widespread. The old patented turn 1 widespread. We'll get him for 1,000. So what is that? Surely that's got to be... Oh, we are on the barrier. Okay. Okay, I respect it. Maximum Overload. Right, probably cheating out a either middle piece of the maximum or a Sevens Road. Either way, we're going to probably be taking a decent chunk of damage this turn. Normal's out of 1k. We're going to use the effect. So we might not be using the effect. We are not. We have so much back row. What back row are we playing in this deck that we've got already 5 of it? Right, we'll take the 12. And then we're just going to crash. Ooh, that feels bad for you, my friend. Draw some cards. We will drop the Atron. Pop it off. I think we do just get aggressive here, right? So we'll go Dark Femtron, Connect the Dog, Reset Runner, activate its effect. We'll fire off the Particle Acceleration. We'll pop this one. Then we will go ahead and use Talismanic Seal Array. We'll put these back. Probably don't need you. Put all these back. I would like to weaken you down to 0 attack, please. Go to battle or swing. And we'll get in for a smooth 3k. And then we'll pass. That's what he's got. And if you remember before, I was saying like this skill is so crazy, boost 2 monsters 500 attack and boost they level 2, Konami need to nerf it. And now we have 2 skill that decrease 800 attack every turn. And I was like, oh cool, good skill. Like how crazy is my mindset has changed since then. I mean, yeah, it depends on the meta and the environment that we're playing in, right? That's all it's really going to come down to. Oh, dude, you did not hard rip the max off the top, bro. Come on. So this is another reason I really don't like the maximum decks, because they're just so sacky, right? Every time I ever lose to this deck is just because they just hard draw the max, like, and you're just like, what do I do? I didn't do anything wrong. He just drew the cards good. He just drew Exodia. But that's the thing. I've played the Maximum Overload deck a ton, and I just rarely draw out the max. So it's literally just sacking, right? It's literally just getting lucky, which just feels so kind of mid to play against, which is a shame. It's like there, I don't feel like my opponent did anything particularly interesting. There wasn't any like skill expression. He just drew the max. They're really inconsistent though. Yeah, but that's the thing. They generally do not see the max. Whenever the decks that are maximum decks tend to win games, it's usually without the maximum. But every now and then, they will just sack into the maximum, and it will just feel awful to play against. Because it's like, again, like I don't feel like I did anything wrong. He just drew good, therefore the game ended. It's like, well, what can you do? The only trap card in the game that really stops it is the Royal Rebel, what's it called, King's Majesty. I would just like more cards that interact with a maximum, so I can actually just feel like I didn't just get sacked, I actually had a way to interact with it. Zeptron is completely dead right now. His monsters probably have really low defense, so I'll summon these out. I don't think it's worth summoning a 600 attacker. Getting 600 damage in isn't going to make a big difference. Oh, I'm an idiot. I completely missed that he actually did that. And he's got a big defender out as well. Ugh. I completely just wasn't paying attention that he summoned that. Bro, I think the Vagabond is cheating. Every time I duel it, it always drew 3 pieces first turn, and I'm using a bot farm deck, so I have no way to out maximum monster. I mean, yeah. I just got to say GG and move on, since I know they're going to lose their next 3 games. The problem is what happens when you're in a high stakes situation? Like, what if you're on game 5 of your rank up match into KoG? What if you're in tournament finals and your opponent just like hard rips the max, and it's just like, well, just get fucked, I guess. Like, again, if it's on ladder, it doesn't really matter so much, right? It's like, it's kind of whatever, and that's just lethal. Well, okay, he didn't use the skill because he's an idiot, but it's one of those where when it does matter, it will come up and feel absolutely awful. And I think that's what I don't like about it. Because that's what I mean. The only times... Because the Maximum Overload deck generally doesn't feel anything like crazy special. Like, it's not a bad deck by any stretch. It just feels like Just hard draw Tribute to the Doomed. Yeah, but that doesn't help if your opponent kills you the turn they summon the max. I actually think the worst thing you can do with a maximum is just summon it out and then just not kill your opponent. Because then, again, TSA or Tribute to the Doomed almost gives your opponent the win for free at that point. Zeptron keeps finding its way into our openings. The problem is we don't actually know what we're against. I think we are going to summon out Attribute here, just because I don't want it clogging up the hand, though. Go for another mill. Then we'll pass. Now, this might have ended up being... Like, maybe I should have just kept this in hand, just to set the 2 monsters, but... depending on what we're against, it kind of really shakes up what we want to be doing with it. If we're against Harpies, this is arguably a really good play. But, of course, the turn to Ghost Cyclone and hits the correct one. Now, are you going to also be able to out this, or are you going to be stuck on that? If he doesn't set 2... of course he sets 2. So we've got the Ghost Cyclone and absolute maximum value. If I'm playing against the robot, I deal just enough damage to not give them life point diff to OTK. The problem is, if you don't have enough big monsters to block it anyway, it's not easy to do that. Because I could have like done 1500 less damage, but then he still had enough to kill me. So like the option would have been just not attack him at all. We've drawn our maximum. But again, if we summon it out, we could just die. Right, let's do this. I guess we're going to throw it out, even though, again, usually this will be the incorrect play, because again, if he has a Tribute to the Doomed or a Talismanic Seal Array, he could just straight up kill us here. But we'll try, we'll see what he's got. Right, that'll be half his life. There's nothing he can do to stop this. So now it comes down to, has he got one of his spell card outs? Because I'm trying to think. I guess he could theoretically just go Harpy Lady Sisters, and Harpy's Pet Dragon and kill us that way. Because our back row will not obviously protect us from that. And he knows that our widespread's gone. Oh, please, come on. Do not have double Harpies, Lady Sisters, and the Dragon. Bro. Okay. This is still not looking great. $34. Then if he uses the skill, he'll gain... What is it? 800? 900? Level times 100. So he'll gain 700. Okay, we got 3,000 damage in. Which I suppose isn't too bad. So we can go Atron, just draw a card. The issue is, I need an extra normal. So I think we're going to summon. Tribute for Pictotron. Activate the effect. That, unfortunately, did not get us another normal. I mean, it kind of gets us to another normal. It's just awkward. I guess the play is going to be summon, summon. Tribute both. Use the Hydron. Take the draw. So again, there's no way to turn that into 2, which means all we could do is get another body. Another body doesn't actually do a ton, though. We can weaken this down quite low. I think we have to do this, right? Then we'll just grab a 15. Or normal. Or normal. Activate the effect. We'll flip over Talismanic Seal Array. We'll put both of these back along with... and probably just some, like, beaters, right? And then we'll attack into this. He'll flip over a back row and we'll be very upset. Yeah, we knew that was coming. He'll not have widespread page. Every single opponent we played against today has had their widespread in the top 10 cards of their deck, if not just the very opening hand. Damn, if they didn't hit your widespread, you would have won. I mean, that's... I hate to say it, but I think that's just how Rush feels at the moment, is widespread is still so important to the game. Like, it's so unbelievably important. And that's lethal. Yeah, it's very awkward. I feel like... I don't know. Part of me is like, we're just getting sacked a lot. And part of me is like, Cyburst is just dog shit. I don't know. It's been like doing okay in events though. So people, it might just be that we haven't found the spice yet, right? Or it could be that people in the tournaments didn't know how to play against it yet, and now that people have actually started playing better decks, it's fallen off quite a lot. Like, there's so many different reasons it could just be playing like crap. Ugh. Right, we'll activate this. Tribute for Pictotron. Activate. Holy crap, deck. What are you doing? We don't have that many tribute monsters in the deck. Tribute out for the Pictotron. Activate the Pictotron. Right, we're probably just going to do this and pass. Put widespread to limit 3 low. I don't think it was doing good in tournaments. So it did manage to top 4 in an event. So like, top 4 is still good, right? Now I really want Magic Cylinder in game. I don't think Magic Cylinder is the answer. Like, Magic Cylinder, especially with 6,000 life points, is going to feel so bad. Well, once again, we're in a situation where until our opponent starts putting monsters in attack mode, we can't actually play the game, so there's no reason to start just attacking into him. But if he just decides to play the stall game, we've already milled through our deck so much. I suppose our next objective should probably be to try and maximum summon if he's not going to do anything. Okay, so he's going to start playing the game now. So the main difference between the Rush Duel Links and the Rush Physical game is we had a lot stronger trap cards a lot earlier. Because of that, and because we had access to Dark Revelation, Dragon Casters became tier 0, right? They were like this ridiculous deck. But you still always had a way to break your opponent's board. And I think that's what Rush Duel on Duel Links is currently lacking. That is board breakers. And because of that, losing like just a little bit of advantage can like feel really bad. That's obviously why Royal Rebels feels so powerful right now. But because as well it was a trap card, it was a reactive board wipe. It made it feel like better because you couldn't just wipe your opponent's board and then immediately kill them, right? I cogged with Cyburst and I would say the deck didn't feel too good. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's just the situation that we're having at the moment. How many of these have we got in graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 15, 16 means we can just punch over this. I guess we want to get a wimpier guy into the grave, so we'll set this. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Activate the effect. Draw a card. Normal. Flip. We'll just get a battle. Swing over. We'll get in. And we'll get in. Then we'll pass. Royal Rebel Thunder, Magnum Overload, and Harpies seem stronger IMO. Yes, I think I agree. I think, again, Hydron feels like a great card in a vacuum, right? But having to stuff your deck with all Cyberse cards means that it's only going to be as good as the rest of the Cyberse cards that accompany it, right? Then when it comes to the actual maximum itself, Yggdrago is not a bad card, but we have so many outs to it. Just so many that it starts to feel really bad. Just like by osmosis. Okay, we're not dead from this attack, but things aren't looking great. We also do have a trap card to protect us, so there is that. Okay, TSA. I'm going to assume that's going to be used on our Hydron. The Wing Beast trap card is low-key strong. It's a weird one. I don't know how I feel about that trap. I feel like so often you can just play around it and it doesn't do anything. But like if you're in a kind of even board state, it can be like really, really powerful. Hydron is kind of different 7's road most of the time. Yeah, but the thing that I really like about it is it lets you draw a card. Right? Being able to draw a card off its effect is really good. Okay, we lose that. We lose him, which is fine. Kind of like you not to be here now. But again, if I just turn you sideways, like what's his out? Just summon another maximum. We're going to set the 2 max pieces. We're not realistically going to be using that as our win con. How many do we have left in deck? So all 3 of our Hydron are great. Are they? 1, 2. No, only 2 of them. Okay, so we still have 1 in deck. TTD? Oh, and that's how we lose the game. That's a shame. That is a shame, but it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. This deck feels like ass. I feel like all versions of Cyberse feel like ass. I don't like playing it, like, at all. I think we're going to still play a few more games, but I really don't think either of the Cyberse skills are particularly good. I think Ragnarok would be good if you didn't have to give up a card from your hand, but like the tempo setback is too much. I think 800 attack minus is decent, but I feel like that isn't what the deck needs. The deck doesn't need to weaken your opponent's monsters. Like that doesn't, like it's like icing on the cake rather than like the actual main ingredient. Cyberse would probably be decent if they didn't restrict you only to Cyberse. Yes, that's how I feel as well. I think if you could play, like, Beyond Curiosity skill, but, like, have a monster that can get to your opponent's life points, so a Dragius or a Trigger Drago or something along those lines, then it becomes decent, because then you've got this boss monster that can, like, boost its own attack up and get really strong, as well as a consistent way to, like, get at your opponent's life points. Like, if you could just combine Dragius and the Atrashoot Hydron, I think that would be so powerful. Alright, let's just summon out this. Straight tribute it off for this. Activate the effect. Unfortunately, again, Zeptron doesn't do anything for us. I guess we'll normal normal. Use the effect to mill. We'll just set this. Set. Go to battle. We'll swing in on this just to get the 500 in. And this is probably going to be 1400 butts, but okay. It was a 1100 butt. That is one thing as well that the Harpy deck does quite well, is just have a load of guys that have big butts, right? You can play like Essel with the 1000 defense. You've got the Harpy ladies, which are 14. Tyhone is 1400 defense. Even the Faithbird is a 15 beater with a decent defense stat. Okay, we'll take the 1000 there. We'll take the 500 there. And then we'll get beaten over there, which is fine. Okay, so we have the Atron now. So we'll go ahead and get that into the graveyard. Then we have the Zeptron. And go ahead and get that into the graveyard. This is getting awkward. We don't have anything in the graveyard actually want back in our hand, do we? It'd literally be just the draw 2. There's no point in hoarding all of these other monsters. So I think we might as well get rid of them. We'll go Atron, use its effect. Summon out Connector Dog. Tribute it for Pictotron. To its effect. Welcome back to my hand, you bricky boy. Alright, we're gonna go Reincarnation. Get rid of this. Bring this back. Summon. And then Tribute. For Pikatron. Activate Pikatron. Summon out the Zeptron. Activate Zeptron effect. Okay, we're online. Kind of. We kind of have to put this back though. Because we've -1'd by doing that. Is Zeptron shit? It just straight up -1's us. I didn't even realise that until just now. I don't really play Cyburst in the physical game. I mean, sure, we'll just throw everything down. Like, there's not really much more we can do in this situation. I'm gonna take all of the Zeptrons are in grey, so we can, like, do this. We want this. We'll weaken this down. Swing into this, and then he'll use his trap card, and then we'll just die. And that'll be the game. Oh! I saw a Beyond Curiosity list that didn't play any of Dragon middle pieces. I mean, we weren't playing any. We literally put it in because we got into a situation where our opponent was just setting 3 and we had no way to kill them. The problem is, if you don't have the Yggdrago, then with this list at the moment, we have no other way to get to our opponent's life points. And what that means is, because we turbo through our deck, right? Like, we're going to be using Atron, we're going to be using Zeptron, we're going to be milling, using Absolute Hydron and drawing cards off it, we're going to be drawing off of Pictotron or Pikatron. It just means that we end up making our deck smaller than our opponent's, and then all our opponent has to do is set 3 every turn, and we lose the game. So, like, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how to make this deck good. I feel like there is just not a way to do it. I think the skills are all too restrictive. And the cards we have access to are not strong enough. That's like my honest opinion. I do not like Cyburst right now. This just feels really bad. Again, the whole point of Cyburst is supposed to be turbo out Sky Emperor, then just sit on it and try and win the game off that and be like your opponent has to draw the out, but there are so many outs that it just feels really bad. One more day till I can climb Speed Ladder. What are you waiting for, Negative Impact? Either way, I think we're done with Cyberse. I don't want to play Cyberse anymore. I think it feels so bad. We might come back to it another day, but I think we're done with it for today. What I do want to actually try out is the SAR build. I kind of want to try this out, see how this feels. Ban list implementation. Ah, the deck is probably around tier 3 and nothing can be done about it. Maybe even rogue. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be that low. Like, it seems to have 2 skills that seem nuts on paper. Some of its cards seem really, really strong. But it's just feels like ass to play. I genuinely feel like every time I'm playing the deck, I'm wasting my time. And it just feels so bad because of it. How has this song come back again? Be gone with you. Right, playing against the Korean player. Let's see how the SAR plays. See how that feels with the new changes. Right, we're going first, which is not really what this deck wants to do. We also don't really want to leave this hand. I think we have to just tribute set this out. On the plus side, we have got a bunch of different attributes ready for the graveyard already, which is quite nice. Right, here comes Dealer. Dealer effect. So we still don't actually know what we're against yet. Okay, so it is Maximum Overlord. Flips up the Torna. Oh, okay. So we are going to get to keep our Torna, which is quite nice. That one back row is a little bit concerning. I can just tribute that over. I don't need to right now is the key takeaway. I could if I want to. But I think I'm actually better to just maintain the 7's Red Witch in hand for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to summon, activate. We're going to go ahead and discard this. Oh, that's not what we were hoping to draw, but it's still fine, right? We'll tribute 1, tribute 2. Get this out. We will change this to attack. Now the question is, who do we want to summon? If I summon this, I can make something lose 400 attack, which is not too bad. We also get to mill a card. If I get that, it's just an extra 100 attack. So yeah, I think it's always 7's Red Mage. We'll go ahead and use Torna. Discard and change this into attack mode. Oh yeah, I can only use this on level 7 and higher. I forgot about that. I still don't think we change anything. I think we still attack over this. Oh, do not tell me he's also just opened widespread turn 1 again, bro. I cannot. I need to get used to using 7's Red Mage as well. I haven't used this card in a very long time. Like, since, like, it came out. Could my opponents please stop opening Widespread Ruin every game? Let me guess, this is going to be a 7's Red Magician that you just topped as well. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, that's something. We can work with this. Shield and Sword now? What? They meant to set it, I guess? You were still in a fine position there, buddy. Like, you could still wipe my board. I mean, we'll take it. Yeah, I think when the new ban list comes into speed, it's going to make it feel a lot better. It'll be interesting to see if it actually changes, because there's been a couple of like new ban list tournaments, right? And in those, I believe like Tachyon was still performing really, really well. So this is going to be Thunder or Harpy. Dark Sword turn 1. The issue is, what I discard here does really matter depending on what I'm against. I actually think I'm going to discard Torna, as awkward as it is. I'm just going to set these two and pass. Because if this is Thunder, I desperately want Dark Sword Magician. If it's not Thunder, Dark Sword becomes a lot less valuable, but it's still pretty good. Okay, it's Thunder. Now this is going to get a bit funky. We have 2 cards in hand, which means we're going to pierce over us at the very least. Yeah, that's fine. If we draw a normal summon and a 7's Rogue Witch, we are in a really good position. Played a couple of duels in Legend, and post-banless Tachyon still sacks, and that's not anything that's not Shira. That's disappointing, right? But okay, that is unbelievably bad. Okay, how do we navigate this now? We can summon this out, SAR over that. Use the effect, change battle position. Ugh. Right, we'll flip this up. And take the effect. Weaken that. Tribute over. Go ahead and use the SAR skill. We'll use the effect. Change this to defense. Normal. Swing over this. Swing over this. Ah, man, if we had just found the witch instead of the Torna, we'd be in such a good position. Alright, let's see what our opponent's got for us. We've got Thunder the Thunder. Thunder the Thunder's a bit awkward from here, though. Okay. Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this, my friend? We have 3 cards in hand. We're going to drop a TSA. Does that mean we have lethal? And that's why we're doing this? Or we need this to be over? Because you can weaken it by 300. Obviously, that doesn't actually clear. That's an odd choice. Tribute 2. Summons that boat. Okay, boat is still live. Still not entirely sure why we TSA'd if we don't have lethal. Still nowhere near lethal. Okay, I mean, that's still good damage. Right, where are they at? Where are my witches? I suppose either way we still get to pop. Get this out. Set this. Activate this. Go to battle. Swing over this. Swing over this. Alright, we've got 2 big boys. We have back row to protect. We just need to hope that he doesn't get, like, everything he needs. Like, he would need quite a lot. He needs to pop the back row. So we need to get a Trailblazing Thunderblitz. He'd need to also get out a boss monster. He'd also have to have the material to tribute to get out the boss monster. Okay, well this gets him his boss monster, that's fine. If he doesn't have the back row hate, this still doesn't matter too much to us. Okay, that's fine. Are we going to use the effect? We're not. We're going to go straight into Stormbolt. Stormbolt effect. Bring back a 15. Still got 2 cards in hand. Summons out the Blast Jaws. Uses the Blast Jaws effect. Shuffles more cards back into the deck. Going to give a boost to The big boy. Is this another tribute coming out? Is it boat again? It's Trigger Drago. Okay. So now we can use the skill. I feel like this is the wrong order. Should have weakened the F7's road and changed this to defense. And we're just going to attack. Doesn't make any difference. You can always... I can guarantee protect him. Or I can give my opponent the choice. Does it make any real difference if I have him or him? If I have this, I can attack over this anyway. Yeah, we'll let that go. We'll take less damage this way. So Majesty, stop the attack. Alright. Can we find Witch? Okay, we found Witch. Okay, that is good. Is that lethal? Make sure we still have a 7's Red Magician in the deck. We do. We can drop this now, which either way is going to be more damage. So we will drop the Shielding Sword. Then we'll summon. Tribute to get out the girl. Activate the skill. This back in the deck. Get this out. Activate. Discard. Summon out the SRM. Activate the effect. Punch over this. Punch over this. Oh, there we go. So this is 7 Axel Road is what we're on. We're trying out the old SAR because I feel like SAR still has legs, right? We're still going to see how well it actually feels. So far it's felt okay. Already it's outperforming the Cyburst deck, I can tell you that much. I think it's fair from Japan. Let's see what our opponent has for us. Flips the tails. Draws for turn, sets a defense monster. And another. We got the triple. And how many back rows is going to be the question. So again, this is going to be either Harpy or Thunder again. Now, this hand is super crusty. We want to leave some cards in hand. And if we do the Tawna play, we give up our entire hand. So, I think the play is just set. We want to leave cards in hand because if it's Thunder, we don't want them piercing over us, right? As well as the fact that we're second player, which means we can make a Windweaver play next turn. With our 7's Axel Road. Okay, so it is the Harpies, which does kind of suck, because that means he will get to flip one of our guys up and get a bit of damage in. But depending on how much damage it is, it might not matter too much. Oh, okay. I mean, that was the middle. That was middle of the road. It takes 16. It could have been worse. Okay, so now I could activate this to just get an extra cheeky bit of damage in, but I don't think it's really worth it. Tribute over this to summon this, use the effect to swap something around. I still don't actually get a ton of damage in. I think either way, we probably don't end up using all of our cards. So we will straight up do this. Tribute for the girl. Activate the skill. Target this. Then we will add it to our hand. So now one of these is getting discarded, which is probably this. And one of them is getting sent back, which is probably going to be you back into deck. Then we can activate the effect. I guess we just discard this, right? And we could still just discard this. That's not too bad. Then we can use the Torna and get more damage in. I guess it doesn't matter which one we discard at this stage. What matters is, are we summoning the Torna? I kind of want to... Like, it's so greedy, but I kind of want to do it anyway. So we'll flip this up. We'll activate this. That was a very early surrender. We get some decent damage in, but we definitely do not end the game there. Wondering why he just gave up so quickly there, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. Now we go against Outlaw from the US of A. Let's see if they can stand up to the Sevens Axel Rogue. Looks like we're against Cyberse. This is not a bad hand, but if he sets 3, this is not going to do much. Uses the maximum Ragnarok skill early. Puts a card to the bottom of the deck. Summons out Hydron and a back row. That's scary. Alright, I think we have to just clear the Hydron, right? So I think we do always start with this. Then we'll normal. Tribute for Witch. Activate the skill. Boost up Witch. Witch effect. Summon out the SRM. SRM effect. Go to battle, swing him. Take half the life points off and clear the other monster. Then we pass. Alright, let's see what we got. Now, there goes Dark Sword Magician to the grave. I guess that's fine. Okay, there's the Atron. Doing a big think. Okay. Comes Yggdrago piece. Good old Yggdrago L. It's the next stage of the plan, my friend. Something powerful. Something fierce. Right, goes to the maximum Ragnarok now. So, weakening probably just one of my guys. I guess he could just weaken both of mine. Okay, it does weaken that. Interesting, you went for the weaker one. I guess because the double tribute can attack over, and then this now attacks over this. Guess that makes sense. Can use the Hydron. Can't get a draw. Now, me outing this is going to rely on a top deck. Like any Level 6 does it. That does it as well. So we'll summon. Go 1, we'll go 2. Summon out the boy. Activate the effect. Puts me up to 33. Now, if I use this, I can weaken this by 16, putting it down to 900, which will not be lethal. So I do not see a point in trying that. So we will just swing over it. Go away. And we'll pass. Means we do only have one SRM left in the deck. Let's see what Outlaw finds. Is he going to have the third Attribute Hydron? Are we going to summon Spectacle? Does he have a way to find the maximum? Has he found back row? Oh, the suspense is killing me. TTD, okay. Or I should say TTTD. Pops that, of all things. That's an interesting choice. Then we summon out Femtron. What's next? There's Atron, which doesn't do anything. Now we're going to use our skill. We're going to weaken my guy. We're going to weaken Atron. And then is this... Oh, do not tell me this is the third Attribute. If this could just be lethal. Okay, it's not. Okay, this is fine then. I mean, we still take a beating here, but we're not dead. So, Eddie, 1600 attacker, and we win. Yeah, we win. I guess we'll summon. Summon. We'll go for the flashier play. And then we'll flip this over because we can. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 back in the deck. Weaken this down to 0. We'll set this, go to battle, and then we swing. Boosh. Oh, alright, well, SAR definitely pulling its weight right now. Spellcaster's better than Cyburst, confirmed. Right, let's see what our next opponent brings. We haven't got to test this against like Royal Rebels yet, which is something we really like to do. Capazon. We played against this guy earlier. I do not remember what he was on. Roman Cassidy. Was this the actual psychic player that we played against earlier? No, it wasn't. Don't really want to draw that, to be honest. I think we're going to do this. We're going to get a little bit greedy. We're just going to set 2. Let's see what our opponent has for us here. Okay, so this is Harpies. And he has opened 2 level 6s and a back row. Okay. All things considered, this is kind of fine. Unfortunately, we will not get to use our Dark Sword Magician in this matchup very much. Take the 14. Clears that, which is fine. 2 lights in graveyard is also not the best when we've got an SRM in hand. Oh, come on, deck. What's that? Right, we'll use Seahorse Carrier to get this back. Man, this is so gross. Alright, I think we have to just summon out the Dark Sword. Set 2, go battle, try and swing over this. Like any back row does it. But like, what else can we do? If we just sit on it, you can just boost over it anyway. This is the brickest game we've had so far. This is pretty rough. And this one can't be destroyed by traps, right? Oh, no, it's not. It's the other one that can't be destroyed by traps. That's fine then. I mean, we'll drop this. Which means we live, but we're on so little life points, I don't think it matters. I mean, we were bound to brick on this eventually, right? So we have light and dark and grave, so we need to get water into grave. That's for surezies. There's no reason to end with a weak monster on the board either way. Because he will just use his skill, change it to attack mode and kill us. So we'll summon this. We'll fire off the SRM, or the SAR even. We'll boost this up. We will not change our hand. Activate. Send this. Get this out. Activate the skill. Have to just go to battle here. Then I guess we'll swing into this. Do not tell me he's also just top decked that as well. Brother in Christ. Could you please just not have widespread in the top 10 cards? There's a slim chance we live, but it's very slim. Very slim. This is now just lethal on board. Actually, it's not lethal on board. It needs one more monster. Okay, we're still not dead, and now we're dead. Feels bad. I mean, again, to be fair, we bricked so hard. We had 2 high-level monsters, and we only have 4 in the deck. We found 2 traps immediately as well. There's not a lot we can really do about that. Okay, so this might actually be... No, it isn't. Okay, so this is going to be, once again, Thunder or Harpies. Jesus. Alright, we're just going to have to pray at this one. Let's see what our opponent's got for us. This might this might be a quickie. It's greedy to not play out like a tribute monster here, because if we draw more tribute monsters or spell traps, we get completely boned. But I feel like if we do that, we're already on the back foot like so much, whereas because we have Seven's Raid Witch, we can just discard the other one to get the other one out. We just need one normal summon and we're good to go. This does also counter Stormbolt Destroyer. Get countered. Alright, let's see what we get here. Okay, there is the one normal that we need. So we'll summon it out. Tribute to get out the girl. Activate our skill. Boost the attack. Activate the effect. Discard one. Summon the other. Set the back row. Activate the skill. Go to battle. Swing over this. And of course, once again... Oh no! He's running the combat trap. Okay, so we now know he's got that, so we can play around it. For a second there, I thought he was just going to widespread me instantly. I mean, to be fair, we've opened our widespread, so we're sacking him at this point. Okay. Goes... you... Grr, every time. I feel like most of the time we open widespread, our opponent has back row hate for it. And I feel like we're in a meta as well where most people aren't even running back row hate. Okay, boost up to 16. If you don't have a high-level monster, I'm feeling very good right now. Go on, use the effect. No! Oh, and it's boat as well, which means you get to full clear. Oh wait, that was the wrong choice. Oh no, yeah, it's fine because of the skill, yeah. Again, that's... yeah, that was the wrong choice again. You should weaken this, attack over it with that. and then you get in for more damage on that. This is just worse, right? In like every way. Okay, 2-0 defense monsters. Do we have an Aqua Engrave? Of course we don't. Don't be silly. That would be way too helpful. So, summon, tribute for that. Use the skill. Trade that to get that. Summon, summon, tribute both for... Ah, that feels gross, bro. We know that we can't clear because he's got those. What's the alternative play? Activate this. Summon, tribute this. Don't use the skill. All of these plays suck. Do they suck? No matter how you look at it, it doesn't end the game. Right, is there a way we out Stormbolt? We'd have to use that, then get this out. Alright, let's go for them. We'll go Shield and Sword. Then we'll summon. Tribute for her. We'll go ahead and activate our skill. Boost the attack. Do not do that. Normal. Normal. Go to battle. Swing over this. Again, we don't care about that. That's fine. Get in for 2,000. Now, our objective here is just to not die. If we can just not die here, we're in an okay position. The only way we don't die is if he doesn't see Trigger Drago. If he sees Trigger Drago, he gets 28 direct damage. Because we had to use all the cards on our hand to clear his board. If we take 28 direct, we'll only have 7 left. And if we only have 7 left, we are pretty much boned. Because then just attacking over anything kills us. I guess he'd need... Because he could weaken one of our guys by... I guess the lowest he could get them down to is 700. So with 700 left, you need a 1400 attacker. Okay. Stormbolt Destroyer. Hell yeah, best format time. Welcome on in, Mech Lord. Yeah, we were playing some Cyburst, but we actually hated it. I really do not like Cyburst, so we swapped onto Spellcasters for a bit to see how these work. Besides, it'll only be a few days, Mech Lord, and then speed will be fixed, right? Just Prage. Alright, what's next? Okie dokie. So, we didn't need to draw this because we still have our skill live. We just tribute for this and then just go ham, right? So, tribute over. Summon out the gal. Activate the skill. SAR. Give her the boost. Thanks for the follow, Yami Kisara. Max Rag or Beyond Crit. We were trying out both, and I don't really like either. Is kind of what I decided. Summon this out. Activate. Now, are we summoning this out is the next question. If we clear both, he's dead anyway, right? That's 1-3, and that's 12, which is 25. Even if it weakens it by 500, it's still dead. It comes down to, do we think he's on Phantom Bind, which we don't think he's on. So we're going to set this in case he has something for the crackback. We swing over this. We swing over this. And that's the game. How's it going? We are doing very well, Ace Chad. How are you doing this fine day? Welcome on in. We're playing some Spellcasters. We've been having a much better time than our 2 hours of playing Cyburst, because I can't get on with the Cyburst. I do not like them. I feel like the deck bricks often on the middle Yggdrago piece. We tried playing the Beyond Curiosity without the Yggdrago, and that felt better, but it still had so many weaknesses. We just couldn't get it to work properly. I'm good just having fun on Speed Duel. Nice and nice. Are you currently, like, are you grinding ranked at the moment? And if you are, what rank are you? It's going to be my next question. And also, what deck are you playing as well? I'd really like to know. Are we a Tachyon Shiranui player, or are we playing something spicy? Now, there's Witch. I mean, this hand is... depends, I guess. Right, we'll set. We'll set. And we'll set. And then we'll see what our opponent's got for us. Let us see what our opponent has. Okay. Essel immediately is pretty scary. Okay, we are on the Harpies then. Which is kind of fine. We don't... Our deck isn't, like, built to beat Harpies, but we have tailored it in a way where we don't just instantly lose to Harpies. Goes to the Hysteric Force, boost the attack, flip something up. What's he going to flip up is the next question. Oh, that is frustrating. That was the only monster we really wanted to keep. And any... Wait, why are you... What? I mean, I respect it, playing around the other 1400 defenders. I respect that. That is no greed whatsoever. I mean, I think we have to go for... Can we even clear the board? I don't think we can. Not without using this. That feels gross, though. Surely that's not play. Do we care about clearing the board? I mean, kind of. Doesn't even get that much more damage in. Oh, we're going to do it anyway. Let's just drop the shield and sword. We're doing the funny option. Summon out the carrier. Activate the carrier. Bring back Lamoon. Tribute over the Seahorse into the Seven's Road Witch. Boost Seven's Road Witch with the skill. Activate the effect. We'll discard Descendant of Titans to bring out the Dark Sword Magician. And then we're going to summon out the Lamoon. Go to battle. Lamoon is going to attack over this. Seven's Road Witch attacks over this. And we get in for another 11 over the Harpy Lady. Then we pass. Plat 1 with a spicy Shira mix. Ooh. Okay, okay. You've caught my interest. Yeah, when we're playing speed, we basically only play the Fluffle Locust. That's our go-to at the moment, so we're always on the spies. But we have been working towards building a few other decks. Ooh, okay, so no thingy at the moment. No, The problem is this almost certainly isn't going to clear. But I don't want to tribute over with Seven's Road Witch, because that feels like ass. So we're just going to go straight to battle. Let's swing with this. Okay. Let me guess. This is going to have a 1400 butt. And this is going to be a whatever. 2 1400 butts, yeah. I expected him to try and put a 1400 here, because most people just attack directly across. I tried Rush Duel, but it's not for me. I mean, that's fair enough. Rush Duel isn't for everyone, right? I think it's especially jarring when you're used to playing what we currently have as speed, which is a very intricate, in-depth format. And then the very, very beginning of Rush is the most unga-bunga thing of all time, right? They are so far removed from each other. Whereas if it was like beginner Yu-Gi-Oh! Compared to beginner Rush, or beginner Speed compared to beginner Rush, there's a lot more, like, comparisons there, I suppose. Okay, here comes Essel. Mills 2. Tributes it off to get out the Cyber Tech. Summons out Burb. Clears 1. Clears 2. And then that should be game. So we can summon Tribute 2, get that out. Then we'd have to summon Tribute for that, use its effect to get that out. I guess that's probably the best we've got, right? So summon. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. We'll then summon. Tribute to get her out. Activate the skill. Boost her up. Don't need to do that. Then we'll use her. Summon out the second SRM. Then we just go this. Then we do this. And then we just walk over everything. And that is the SAR way. Sometimes I do play Super Heavy Sams. I used to really like Super Heavy Samurai, especially when they first came to Duel Links, because it felt like they came out at a time before people like made like big turn 1 boards. Like, obviously people have had turn 1 boards since like, I don't know, like trap cards have existed, or since you know, like Shien for the 6 Samurai, right, where you've had like negates and stuff aboard. But I really liked the Super Heavy Samurai play of like get, was it Giga Gloves into Graveyard, so that you had a way to protect yourself from an attack, whilst also being able to have like this like interesting OTK strategy where you can like summon Wagon, use the effect, take God, what's it called? There's like the crossbow one, which lets you search. There's the horn one, which lets you attack twice. I cannot remember any of the names. This hand is not... This is so not cash money. Well, that's our plan. Unfortunately, we would really like to go second with this deck, but we'll have to see what Manicist has for us. Oh, he's going second, and he's used Essel, and he's hit a boss monster. We are getting high rolled, everyone. This is not looking good for us. Manicist is probably going to absolutely destroy us with this. Oh, he wants to fix the hand. Okay, that makes sense. Boss monster of the Shira deck is Doom King Baladrop. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, who doesn't love the generic zombie boss? Okay, what has Manicist got for us? Tributes 2, gets out the Stormbolt. Then we're going to summon out Lizard. Then we're going to summon out Lizard. Then we're going to tribute both. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, okay. I mean, there's no way we don't widespread here, right? We don't want to take that much damage this early. As well as the fact that we're going to have a hard enough time clearing the whole board. So we want to just get that gone while we can. That's annoying. But I guess it works. Doesn't have any 7s, so there's no reason to specifically go for that. So we'll summon this. We'll tribute to summon out the leading lady. We'll activate the effect. We will boost up 7's Red Witch. We'll then use the effect, and we're going to discard Ascendant and bring out Dark Sword here. Now, he's probably going to have a widespread, but there's nothing we can do about that anyway. We've got to get him to use it. Ah, we have the Battle Trap. I still don't like the Battle Trap. I'm really not a fan of it. We'll pass on that. Okay, this is an okay board. Like, it's nothing special, but it's fine. I did KoG with Nerfed Orcust a few months ago. Nice. We didn't quite manage to KoG. We got to Legend 5, I want to say, with our Fluffle Orcust last season, when we had our big Rush drought. Okay, Jaws comes down, Lizard comes down. Jaws shuffles back in to give a boost, which means you will now be able to easily clear over Witch, even without Tribute Monster. Tributes both anyway, so we just want to shuffle back in. Okay, we've got the Trigger Drago. Trigger Drago does not have piercing. Boost the attack just to get the 1000 damage in. Boom. And then that gets cleared. That's all fine and dandy. We still have to remember that he has the combat trick, so we have to make sure we're always 500 above. That is very interesting. Okay. So we'll summon out Titans. Tribute into everyone's favorite leading lady. We use our skill. Boost this, and then we do want to swap. I guess I'll put Valk back. Because we're not going to be gaming this turn anyway, I don't think. We'll then use the effect. Who's currently in the grave? We already know we have lights. We don't have any earths, so we will prioritize getting you into the grave. Bring out the SRM. Activate the effect. We'll then summon. Go to battle, swing over this, and we know that our guy won't die. You held that this whole time! You animal! Okay, I respect it. I respect it. Holding the widespread. Bro, that is... That's crazy. Now, are we going to die on the crackback here? Is the question. I can't believe he held the widespread. The fact that you're double duck billing is actually horrifying. So we take 28, then we're going to take... Oh, what's that going to be? 20... It'll be 14. So that's 42. Plus you're going to have a 15, so that is lethal. Yeah, that's lethal. There's nothing we can do about it. Alas. Unless he missequenced, that was lethal. So... That was a good one. That was a good one. Good old Manicus coming out. To be fair, again, we did lose the coin toss because both of our decks want to go second. And he did get the SL effect off immediately, which could have gone straight into a big guy. So that was really rough for us. I think that's another thing. SL feels really bad for the game. Because now, in the current state it's in, just getting an SL effect off or going second and then getting it off is like so big. Like, it just feels like there's so much more high roll now. Okay, so this is going to be the Harpy or Thunder. Bruh. I mean, we've got to try and do something, right? Can't just have 3 high levels in hand. Oh my god. Sure, we'll give us the boost. Okay, so we're probably against Harpies then, based on the fact that he's got a Winged Dragon guarding the fortress. Then we'll pass. Well, this is probably one of the worst openings we've had today. It's really not ideal. A deck, by the way, that plays 4 2-tribute monsters. Just opens 3 of them, just casually. There's no way you don't have a way to out this. Yeah, there we go. What are we on? Is this just... Are we playing... What are we playing? Is this like just really bad pile aggro? Like with no synergy whatsoever? Just stick in Unga Bunga card go? This is so weird. Well, just like that. I mean, that just, you know, goes to show Dragius can still just do that, especially if your opponent hard bricks, but what deck was he on? That must just be, like, just some rando that's just climbed with whatever he's got, right? There's no way that's a real deck. It was 40 card pile, life point gain, with 3 Battle Shark Sanagalon. That guy probably was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I've actually won a game with my pile of shit. He probably could not believe his luck queuing into us getting that hand. I have 2 Crow and 0 Lancia. Which one would you use a UR Dream on? What, out of Lancia and Crow? I mean, do you need either? It's a weird one. I don't know, because Crow is like really good in specific metas. Lancia is a lot more specific, I guess. But I don't think I'd use a Dream Tick on either, personally. Okay, this opening hand is not fantastic. Hammer Crush deal. Okay, so this is probably just aggro. So that's the deal. Unfortunately, that means we're going to lose our King's Majesty, but it's kind of whatever, right? Or we could just immediately throw it away and just forego King's Majesty altogether if we know it's not going to work. Unless we draw... What? Okay. Okay. Problem is I have no idea what you're playing, so I have no idea how to play around this. Right, we'll summon that carrier. Should be over carrier. I don't even know if it's worth doing anything here. I think we're just going to set, go battle. We're just going to swing into this. If it's exactly a... Okay, that's perfect then. I was going to say, if it was a Yami ruler, it's a Yami ruler. But, yeah, I don't really need anything, but I've seen Lancia come up in very specific metas there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like... I'm a Rush player, right? I'm not like a huge speed guy. I'm sure there's other people in the chat that probably help me out a lot more than I could, but... I know, I always just go for like the major staples, right? That would be my first step, and then work outwards from there. Right, here comes the Hammer Crush. We expected this. Does mean he loses a card from his hand, which is quite nice. Okay, Performer. And Samurai. Another Performer. And another Performer. Holy... What? So this is just like hyper aggro. But I'm so confused by what exactly this deck is. Right, there's the Dragius. I mean, we expected him to be on Dragius based on how many performers he's got. Tribute 2, and the Dragius as well. That's kind of cringe. Okay, this is... We're turn 4 next, so as long as we draw a 1600 attacker, we are kind of good to go. If we draw Witch, we just wipe this whole board. He's already lost a lot of his like cheap tools to like try and just get to our life points. The issue is he's going to attack directly across, which is annoying, because we want him to attack this one, ideally. Oh, yeah, we get to keep some life points. That's nice. Now, how greedy is he going to be with this attack? He's not being greedy. He is being... as reserved as possible. I respect that. I hella respect that. Unfortunately, we don't have any Aquas and Graves, so you're useless to me. There's no reason to just hold on to you either of those, so we'll summon you out. Tribute to summon the Gal. Activate SAR. Boost her up. No reason to do that. Use the effect. Discard the Earth. Get out the SRM. Use the SRM effect. Losing the SRM kind of stings, but other than that, we're kind of okay here. So we clear the board. We don't really get much damage in. Not as much as we'd like, at the very least. The SAR deck plays kind of like Royal Rebels in a weird way, where it's like it's a damage race deck. The whole point is we want to be racing our opponent as much as we can, and we want to be ahead on life. Now, he's already lost 2 Dragius. Okay, so now we need our 1 of Torna. So we'll set... We'll set. How many defensive cards has he been playing? Like, nothing as any defense at all, right? Chances are then we can just clear with everything. I'm trying to think if we need to summon this out, but I don't think we do. If he gets a Dragius, he swings and swings for like 13 plus 9. Oh, that actually feels kind of gross. I'd rather finish up a deck with the ticket than a third Crow or Lancia, to be honest. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel as well. Welcome on in, by the way, Will. And hey, hello, Sharkblood. Welcome, welcome. I think we're going to do this. This might be the wrong play, but... This way I am less likely to randomly die to Dragius. So we're going to go with it. Right, gets 3 draws. His deck is just so aggro. But the only weird part about it is he doesn't seem to have many high levels. Like, he's got Dragius and Barrel Dragon. That's all we've seen so far. If you already have 3 book, Forbidden Lance is nice too. Can't you get Lance with box chips? Or is that only like Chalice? Okay, Karibot comes down. There's Karibot in hand. Summons out. Okay, that's fine. Tributes 2 to summon out the Dragius. We expected this. Ooh. If this is it, we're still kind of chilling. Slams into that. Slams into that. Is he going to take out my last monster? He is, okay. I mean, we have everything we need. Let's start with the shield and the sword. Then I will summon out my Mystic Dealer, followed by tributing the Mystic Dealer to summon forth my Seven's Road Witch. I will then use Seven's Axel Road to boost up her attack. Then we'll use it, discard, summon out the Seven's Road Magician. We will then activate the Seven's Road Magician effect, and then we will activate our Talismanic Sealerate, and I do not give a shit what I put back in. And that is the game. That's all it takes. Chalices, SR, and box chips. Ah, okay. Ah, there we go, though. I mean, my takeaway from today's stream is I don't like the Cyburst deck, like, at all. Like, I genuinely disliked playing that. And then, other than that, Spellcasters still seem pretty good. Quite happy with that. But with that, we have hit our 3 hours, and we do have, unfortunately, some other bits and bobs that we're going to have to get on with, which means that is going to be us done for the day, just as the sad music kicks in as well. But thank you all so much for hanging out. We'll be back again probably on Sunday at a similar time. We might not be able to start exactly at 12 because we do stuff on Sunday mornings, but we will be back then, probably playing Harpies. We haven't tried that out yet. Hopefully, we'll do better with the Harpies than we did with the Cyburst, because Cyburst was really not liking the Cyburst. Spellcasters though, enjoying them. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.